Hey everybody, how are y'all doing today? Welcome to our show on today, Chat and Chew. On this good day, we're going to be talking about love languages. Hi, Chosen. Oh, she in here, y'all. I don't know where she at, but she definitely up in hell. She's definitely up in hell, up in hell, up in hell. Y'all, it's an exciting day today. Today is the last day for registration to be a subscriber, to not just be a subscriber, but to get into the Mother's Day giveaway. How about that? How about that? I see in the house we have Miss Robin Lotz. Welcome, lady. We have Miss Cheryl Wagner. Thank you so much for coming in, my love. Good morning, gorgeous. She says, hey, Chat and Chew. I went through all those questions and didn't want to pay, so I don't even know what the test says. But I believe it's acts of service for me, followed closely by physical touch. How about that? How about that? It should have been free. I'm not sure which one she posted. Ain't nobody called me all day. Now here we go. Hi, Chatty. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. Miss Lorraine Clark, thank you. Welcome as well. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I see more people in the live than who is actually interacting with us. There go the lady of the hour. How are you, lady? You on mute, boo. How's
Hey,
everybody
baby.
doing? Howdy.
Hi, everybody.
Howdy.
I had laid my glasses down and I couldn't.
Oh,
Looks
I
so
see.
pretty,
I see.
girl.
Huh? Stop.
I see
And
you look
welcome to
so
Spirit
pretty.
Amazing already. That were already here and spoke. I'm kind of excited, Sissy, because today is the last day for to be a subscriber. So anybody that comes in after today won't get to enter into uh the raffle. But at least not the top three prizes anyway. You still might get to go into the latter three. We're still ironing that out. So, but I think you might get to get in for the baskets if you join after today. Hi, Rock Truth. Thank you so much for coming in. Miss Judy.
Hi, everybody in the chat.
I am that somebody. She says, hi, chatting you ladies in chat. Y'all, I've had an interesting week so far. But I say this, it was not a bad week thus far, but it has definitely been interesting. How about that? Can y'all see me clearly? Can y'all put a one in the chat? Because I have my equipment hooked up now. I have my microphones, I don't even know what you call these things, the ring lights. They changed my cameras out, and I'm actually on this green screen. So I hope everybody can hear me well. And I'm looking forward to a productive live on today. Also, I look clear. All right. So, all right. We doing good. We are doing good. See how many people we got? 15 people. Now, where y'all at? Where y'all people at? Y'all know we having a good topic today. Listen, sissy, I saw Good Morning Gorgeous. She said that the link that she went to wanted her to pay. So I'm not sure what link we had posted. Miss
So there was
Bridget.
two.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There was two links. One, it gives you the first love language, and then it's like $1.99 to upgrade and get the second one. And then the other one, because it was two links in that on our community wall, and then that other one, that second link, it should have been free.
Right. You want to greet some more
But
people in
there's
the chat?
multiple free ones. out there. Hey, my baby. Hey, Lupac. Hey, Miss Wagner. Hey, Leland. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Rotrude.
Hey, ladies. Do I sound loud and clear to you
Hello,
all as well?
everybody. Hey, Terry. Hmm.
I want to make sure that this equipment that I got hooked up is doing what
Hey,
it's
my
supposed
boo.
to do.
See my
My
poo in
family
the
ran me out
chat.
the
Hey, Miss
kitchen, guys.
Bridget. Hey, my blackest beauty.
I'm sorry. They ran me out the kitchen. They developed me some office space upstairs. So of course, when we're cooking, I will have to be downstairs. But they were tired of me running them out on Wednesdays, so they ran me out. How about that? They were sick of
Mm-mm.
me. They said, "We sick of you." Y'all look what I got on.
Said,
Can y'all see? Oh, let me see. I might have to get up in this thing a little bit better. Can y'all see this? Oh, let me get this. Can y'all see that?
I see it, girl.
Sure
Yes,
do. And we have
I
several
see
different
it.
kinds, several different styles and colors as well. How about that? So,
It's nice.
take a
It's real
good look.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I love it.
All right. Have we greeted everybody into the chat? I am so excited, y'all. Y'all said
Hey, good
you can
morning,
see me well.
gorgeous.
My audio sounds good.
Miss Judy. Hey, MJ.
My
In
green
that
screen
order.
well.
Hey, lady. Hey, Spicy.
Miss Brown.
It's looking good.
Miss Brown.
Looking good. Trying to get in this camera good.
How has your week been thus far, Sissy? You've had a good week so far? Can you hear me, Sissy?
Yeah. So
Oh,
far,
okay.
so good. I can hear you. Yeah, so far, so good. Can't complain. Just waiting on this
My
week
week
to
started.
get over with.
My week started kind of humdrumish. Um, she said, "I am your Lumberton friend." Oh, okay. You never told me. I think we were talking about Preston. Did you? I was concerned about Preston.
Mhm.
Yeah, honey, little old Lumbees, honey. Yep. She says, "I am your
I
Lumberton
remember that.
friend." I was thinking about you. I couldn't remember because I saw a different name, and I kept trying to remember. I said, "Who was that name?" I was talking to her because I know the family so very
Hmm.
well. In fact, um, I named one of my children after somebody in that family. Well, yeah, Miss
Oh, really?
Tylese. Mm-hmm. Miss Tylese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my week started off kind of like humdrumish because it was Sunday was my mom's birthday, and I struggle
Mhm.
with it. Even 6 years later, I still struggle with it. And it's like this time of the year, I really don't get a break because she passed in March. One of my daughter's birthday. Then we had her services on the other daughter's birthday. Then April comes, and then it's her birthday, and then May comes, and it's Mother's Day. So that's this trap
Mhm.
period is kind of tough for me, but I'm not gonna
Woo.
say it gets better. I just
Mm.
learned to handle it a little differently each year. So every year
Yeah.
on her birthday,
Right.
I do a sweet potato in honor of her. She loves sweet potatoes, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna have this anyway. But actually, that's how I
Here.
got addicted to these root beers because I was so in my feelings, and she loved root beer, and I was just let me get a root beer for mama, let me get a root beer for mama, and 21 days. That's all it takes. It's a form of habit. And y'all see mine, A&W root beer. I only like A&W root beer at that too, guys. Um, so yeah.
Yes, wow.
Welcome in, Miss Virtuous Woman. I
Sissy,
don't
did
know.
your
See,
did your mom? Hey,
I
Miss
didn't catch it.
Phelps. I was gonna ask you, when your mom passed, did you have a dream, like a spiritual dream? Did she come to you in a dream?
Oh, you mean after she passed?
No. Yeah,
No. Mm-mm,
like
no.
to
Neither
let
one actually.
you.
The weirdest thing was my mom kept uh maybe for about 2 weeks she was nonverbal, period. But right
Mm,
before she became nonverbal, she kept saying 7:30. She kept saying 7:30, and we didn't know what in the world she was talking about. But she passed at 7:30. Yeah, she passed at 7:30.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ooh. Well, I'm
but I miss
sending you
her. I
extra
named her
love
Sweet Girl.
this
That's what I call her,
upcoming
Sweet
couple
Girl.
weeks.
I'm gonna go back to some of the comments because I don't want to get too. I
Mm,
don't want to get
yes.
emotional. Um, let's see.
Yeah.
Uh, duh, 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 duh. Let me go down.
Hugs
Miss
to
Rebecca
you.
says,
Hugs to you, Miss Judy.
Miss Rebecca says, I understand how you feel, Miss White. Absolutely. She says, Happy heavenly birthday to you, Mom. Yeah. Miss Robin says, Today is my mom's birthday, and my sister passed away on my mom's birthday. So it's really hard for me today. So I
Mm,
know how you feel. Mwah. That's to you, Miss Robin. I definitely understand. How do you
hug-
feel? I do.
hugs to you.
Miss Judy says, I am in a rut as well. The 4-year anniversary of my mom's passing is the 14th. Oh, wow. That's right at Mother's Day.
Mm,
I'm going to keep you in my prayers, Miss Judy. When you pray for me, I pray for you. How about that?
yes.
Miss Spicy Brown says, My mom has been gone 3 years. You never get over. You just learn to cope. Yeah. And you know what?
Yeah.
It's even sometimes when you think you figured it out and you're coping, you find out that you're not. It's just different
Mm-hmm.
parts of grief, and there's so many different ways to grieve, and there's no time frame on grieving. So every time I think I'm like over
Right.
one part, then something else comes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this grief thing is something. I don't know if it's worse for me because I took care of my mom up until her last breath. I don't know, but it's just I don't know. I don't know. Mm.
It's something special to be said about being there with your loved ones when they take their last breath. Something special to
Yeah,
be said.
I do say, although I miss my mom, she passed away peacefully. It was just like one deep. So I like to say that as beautiful as it is to see people come into the world, I've
Mm-hmm.
got to witness a beautiful death as well. I've seen tragic deaths, but in my mom, I witnessed a beautiful death. So I'd have that to be thankful for. I do have that to be
Yes.
thankful for. Kayla, welcome. She says, I'm new here, Kayla Hope. Welcome to Chat and Chew.
Welcome,
We're
Kayla.
still working on a name for ourselves, so but welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Spicy Brown says, I feel you, Miss White. Rebecca says, my mom passed away in 2002 and I'm still going through it. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah.
Hugs to you, Miss
Hello,
Rebecca.
Miss Merrill's. Can't believe that is. Beautiful lady. Raw Truths and Cut says, Oh, I feel your pain, Miss White. I know the feeling. I lost my mom 12 months ago, to be exact. That's fresh. That's new.
Mm.
I'll continue to pray for
Hugs to
you as
you, Raw
well.
Truth.
Hmm.
Hugs to you, honey.
And listen, y'all, when Miss White says she's going to pray for you, I really pray for you. I don't just, you know how it's so cliche is for people to say, Oh, I'm going to pray for you. I really pray for you. I call
Right.
your name and I pray. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, get
Miss
on
Judy.
on the heavenly on the main line. On the main
Tell them
line.
what you want.
Talk to the
Yeah.
Lord. Tell him all about
Yeah.
it.
I'll just continue to pray that
Yeah.
not only myself, but God encamps an army of angels around us for comfort and peace,
Yes.
and to fill that void of
Yes.
loneliness that we struggle with, from the inside out. That He helps us to cherish the memories and not so much focus on the loss, but remember the times that we had. And that'll be my prayer for each and every one of us. Miss Judy says, them darn triggers come out of nowhere. Nothing specific triggers them. They just smack you. Girl, what you say? Sissy, you want to read some of the comments before we jump into our topic?
Getting a little emotional, y'all. So, Sissy, go ahead and read them.
Okay.
Unless you need a minute.
Miss
Okay.
Judy says,
Let me just
that's
take a
what
couple
bothers
deep
me the
breaths
most.
here.
We were at the beginning of the lockdown and she was in the nursing home for rehab for a fall. So we hadn't seen her in months. No one called. I found out when the ER called me personally to tell me they tried for 45 minutes. The ER doc actually said a prayer for me.
Mm,
Honey, I love a praying doctor. Like they acknowledge where their knowledge comes from. And man, you can't beat it. Not even with a stick. I love a praying doctor.
yes.
Um,
That's a
our
gem. That's a
our
gem.
um our primary care physician um prays. When we make appointments, we try to get the early morning appointment because when they all open the office, the doctors on and the staff, they all do a circle, and whatever patients are there are welcome to join in their prayer. Dr. Tacumba, he is absolutely A1, guys. Yep. Um,
Mm,
there's nothing like a mother's love, honey. Mm. And you know what? I ain't gonna get too
nothing
emotional, but
like
I'm gonna
it.
say this: I've always loved my mommy. I have always loved her. Um, I've always catered to her when I was fit enough, financially to be able to care for my mom because we didn't grow up with the finer
Mm-hmm.
things in life. So before she passed, I wanted to make sure that she got to experience things that she never experienced before. So I always have loved my mom, but
Mm-hmm.
I never realized just how much I did love her until she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can smell her, I can feel her
Mm-hmm.
embrace. And I used to hear people say that
Mm-hmm.
a lot, but to actually go through it. So I still have her pajamas, her nightgown she had on when she passed, the bed sheets, and all. I have it all, and I have it shrink wrapped. So when I miss her like a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot, I open it up and get me a good
Mm-hmm.
whiff, close it back up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
still, I mean, 6 years later, it's just still smells just like her. But
Mm.
I don't have to have that because there's some things that intuitively just makes me smell her. Like I don't have to open anything up. I can
Uh-huh.
just smell her. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Miss Karen
I
Lee
was gonna
said
ask you that too. Do you ever smell her sometime? Like
she
when
used
you're
to have a
just doing
distinct
anything and
smell.
you just with.
She used to have a distinct smell on her hand. She kept mints and gum in her purse, and in church she would, pass out
Mm-hmm.
mints and gum, but she wore the old, y'all remember the old Jergens lotion? She wore the old
Mm-hmm.
Jergens lotion, and it was a unique smell. It wasn't a bad smell or a good smell. It was just a unique smell. And I can
Right.
still, even just talking about
Mm-hmm.
it, I can smell the aromatics of her just to speak
I
on
used
it.
to love me some Jergens lotion. I like Jergens
Mhm.
lotion. Yeah.
Miss Karen says hello to all you beautiful queens. Sexy Ray. Hey, Miss Wayne, and I'm
Hi.
chosen. Hey, beautiful.
Hey, sexy.
Ross True says, I took care of my mom from beginning to the
I'm
very
sorry, Luke
end.
Pop.
I still have my
I'm
dad and
sorry,
I'm
Luke
taking
Pop.
care of him, and it's extremely hard. People want me to put him in a home, but the devil is a liar. I will take care. Raw truth. You don't come out chat often, girl, but you know what? You were supposed to be here that day. Because I don't think you know that that's my sentiment exactly. Like, I took care of my mom. until her very, very, very last breath. And my dad literally drank himself into a massive stroke, and he's incapacitated in a wheelchair, and I take care of him. And he's in the beginning stages of his Alzheimer's on top of his medical conditions, and it's extremely, extremely hard. However, we make it happen. We make it happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, honey, my heart really, really goes out to you. I'm not just saying it. I'm saying it because I'm right where you are. I am right where you are in this very present moment in time. So I do understand. And if you can feel this hug, oh,
Yeah.
if you can feel
Hmm.
that hug, honey, because I understand. She says, I'll take care of my parents until God calls them home.
Yep.
You want to
That's
pick up the
right.
comments now, Sissy?
I
And then we're
will.
gonna jump into our topic of the
Okay.
5 love languages.
All right. Hey, Pratt. Thank you for joining us. Miss Judy says, "Don't put him in no home. There are very few. There are very few employees who actually care about them. I worked on plenty. Yeah, I definitely
Mm-hmm.
agree, Miss Judy. So I said my grandmother. I only have one grandparent left. My grandma. She's not going to a home. Neither are my parents. Yeah. And Miss Robbins
Yeah.
says she still has some of her mom's things, and she still smell her, even when she opens the tote. And there was Lupac was fussing at us earlier.
What did she say today?
she said, "What y'all?" She said, "What y'all talking about? That's making people cry." I had to go in the store and left my phone in my car, so I'm just getting back in. Oh well, glad you missed it. So, because we don't want to have any sorrowful energy in, but that's
No, no, no,
we
no.
heading in that
We're gonna pick
direction.
it up, pick it up, pick it
Yeah, we
up, because
picking
we
it
don't want y'all
up.
to cry. And what
Yeah.
crying is not a bad thing. Sometimes it helps us through things. So, but yeah. I wanted to say I was gonna
Hmm.
piggyback off of that comment too. I understand that everybody's not in the situations like myself and Raw Truth is in, and some people do have to, take their parents to a facility, and there's no shun on that at all. But what I will
Right.
say is what I've learned is with that, the more you're there, those are the patients that get taken care of, showing up like
Hmm.
unexpected. They don't know when you're coming, they don't know when you're leaving, just unexpected.
Yep.
Those are the patients that get taken care of because they don't know when you're gonna pop up. When they can see a
Hmm.
system and say, "Oh, we know on Wednesday they coming, or they coming on Thursday at this time,
Right.
that time," they run and try to get everything done before you get there. So my advice would be to pop up
Right.
unexpectedly,
Yep.
quite frequently.
I
Don't never let
definitely
them.
agree.
Don't let them know when you are available or when you're coming,
Hmm.
and they do much better,
Yep.
75% better. Trust me.
Examine their physical well-being as well. Like look for bruises and things like that. If you have to put your parents or your loved ones in a nursing home, you definitely want to do your own thorough exams. Because I used to be a CNA years and years ago. I used to be an activities director in an Alzheimer's unit as well. And then I have family, a lot of family that does nursing home care, works in a nursing home facility. So yeah, just make sure you check on your loved ones. Hey Blueberry. Hey Boo.
That is her name is Miss Blueberry Boots from the group home, aka Bootleg.
Hmm.
Y'all probably see me putting that in the chat everywhere we go in this sector. But Auntie Debbie used to call her bootleg. She used to mess her name up all the time. So and she would change her name frequently. So I just gave her all the names I knew and put bootleg on the end for a joke. So in case y'all be wondering why I say that all the time, that's where it comes from. With her beautiful,
That's cute.
inspirational self.
Yes. Honey, I don't got to where I
Mhm.
go to her page in the morning. I remember you was telling us about when she first did her channel, her YouTube
Yeah.
channel, or
Mhm.
was it Facebook? And you was like, "Yeah, I love her. You know, she's so bubbly in the morning." And I'm not. I'm like a grouch in the morning. Like, don't talk to
He
me.
will
None of
get
that.
you out of that,
I gotta have
guys.
my coffee. But now I look forward to going to Blueberry Boots page and just like that energy, it just comes through the phone, and that's what the world needs. So yeah, that's my girl
Let
there. I
me
love
mute
me
so I
some
can
boots.
stop Alexa right quick. Alexa, stop.
Alexa cutting up.
The kids had an alarm set and walked out the door. So,
Oh,
and it's way downstairs, but I can hear it. But in the house, if you tell, you can say it to any Alexa, and they get it.
mm-hmm.
Um, So yeah, guys, I want to make sure if we could, since he put Blueberry's information in our chat too, for them to be able to
Okay.
subscribe to her, so they can hear her in the morning and say, "Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning,
Yeah.
good morning, good morning." I love to hear her say that. It will cheer you up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely cheer you up.
Yeah.
Okay, where were you
I'm
in the comments?
so we had some new people, got some people in the chat I've not seen before. So you might want to let's see, Mass Moput Molapit travel vlogs. I'm sorry, I'm just messing up your name, but thank you for joining us. Welcome. Miss Judy
I'm
says,
way behind on the comments.
you behind? Scroll down to the
Go ahead. No,
bottom.
you're reading, so you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, Lupac says, I was talking about you, I'm chosen. I see you crying. I seen you crying. Oh, girl, I did not know that this, like, I'm on a laptop and that must be some good imaging. I mean, I had tears falling, but I was trying to hold it back. I just, like I be feeling energy, I really be feeling it. It's certain stuff that pain people's pain. So I know a lot of y'all are in some pain, especially Sissy, So, but I'm okay. I'm okay, my baby. And just for the record, you are in the lead, baby. Lupac's in the lead.
Lupac's in the lead.
You winning,
Oh,
girl.
she been going to
Yes.
get it too, honey.
Yep.
She been going to
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Yep. Miss White, yeah, we're gonna drop Blueberry's channel in the drop her link in the chat. MJ, thank you. Scorpio goddess said Lupac is cheating.
I am that. Somebody says yes. I remember Jergens lotion.
And Raw Truth said, "Oh wow, my dude, he's in a wheelchair as well. It's not easy at all. It's a huge task, and people don't understand. It's times I want to give up with him, but I can't never give up on my parents." Raw Truth. Whew. Let me just give you a hug and tell you God will give you everything that you need. Just ask Him for grace and mercy, which He gives us freely each day new grace and mercy. And He will just lean on Him, honey. Lean on Him. And I'm not saying this still doesn't say it makes it easy, but it makes your mind and your heart more clear. So you definitely are supported here. You have support.
I don't know what state you're in, Raw Truth, but a lot of states, you may want to look into adult daycare, where you can get some free time with the adult daycare, and you start off like 2 days a week, graduate to three, and then up to 5 days a week, where they can come and pick that up, take him into the facility where he can be around other people in his age group with other problems similar to himself. They provide medical care,
Mhm.
everything, and it gives you a big break. So that's something that you may want to look into for adult daycare for the elderly. That could be very useful. In fact, my dad was in it up until COVID came, and then we had took him out because of COVID. But now we're considering putting them back into the adult daycare where they come back home every night, baby. Just like sending your kids off to school. We pack them a bag. It was some things
Mhm.
that they had that he didn't like. So we would pack him his own lunches sometimes. But yeah, that is something. And if you want to inbox me on Instagram, I can give you
That's
more
a good
information
idea.
and explain it to you a little better.
Yeah,
There's a lot of resources that's
that's a
available
good
to
idea.
us as caretakers. We just don't know. And let me tell you, they're not offering this information either. They're not offering these informations. The
Right.
states are not. So yeah, we're gonna get too far behind. Let's
And I'm
see.
I'm not sure. Also, look into seeing if your dad qualifies for in-house a caregiver. Like you can get paid for taking care of your dad too. Check into
Hmm.
that, and then hey, Miss Mel, welcome in. Hey, Mr. Troy. Yeah, check and see if your dad's eligible. To have like assisted caregivers come in, and this certain agencies that link up with the government or link up with like Medicaid, Medicare, and you can make money, as well taking care of your dad.
Yeah. If
It's
you
just
if you
something I
tell
just
me what
popped
state if you tell me what state you're in, I'll go ahead and find some resources for you through the PACE program. That's up to you. If it's just an offer, because I definitely
in. Yeah.
understand. I definitely do
And
understand.
you can inbox us, inbox Miss White on her Instagram, or the Chat and Chew page. Our Instagram link is on our community wall as well. You can inbox it if you don't want to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Bridget says that she was
So,
born on Mother's Day. Do they be trying to cheat you
mm,
out your gifts, Miss Bridget? Do they try to tell you, oh, it's Mother's Day and your birthday all in one? Do they try to hit you with the one two on that? Hey, Miss Scorpio Goddess Latte. I didn't know you were in here, dear heart. Welcome in. Welcome in. I think we're all off track with these comments. Let me see. I am somebody says that we refuse to put our mom in a nursing home. She says Spicy Brown says I took care of my mom from the beginning of her illness until she closed her eyes. Miss Judy says you're taking about her clothes and sitting her working with my mom's PJs right here. Oh, she's sitting working with her mom's PJs right here. Hmm. She says, "Oh wow." Raw Truth says, "Oh wow, my dad too. He's in a wheelchair." Oh, you just read that, so I'm really way behind. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me get my life in order.
Raw
Blueberry
Truth
says,
says
"I'm
she's going to
driving and
inbox.
listening." Okay. Oh yeah, I'm way behind. What happened?
Oh, I don't know, sissy.
All
You
emotional and stuff.
Lupac's rubbing off on you.
Yes, Miss
Lupac's
Judy.
rubbing off on you.
You if you would, that's what I get for picking at her, right? If you would please drop Miss Blueberry's information in the link, y'all. That's a good place to go. Just and
She
she don't
did.
stay on long. It's just a little hitting quick to pep you up and get you in the
Yeah,
right mood. Yep.
she did.
Hmm.
She dropped it in the
Oh,
chat,
okay.
sister. Yeah.
Let me catch all the way up, honey. Jeez Louise. Hey, Miss Mel. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Also, for those of y'all who don't know, Miss Mel's boo thing, Mr. Troy, he went and did his first live on last night into the wee hours of the morning. I enjoyed myself over there. It wasn't many, but you know how they say when one or two are gathered together in his name, we just had fun, just us. So, I would like to encourage you guys to go and look at Troy We'll drop his link as well. Uh, for you all to go subscribe. He doesn't have many subscribers at
Yeah,
all
his link is actually hmm
on our page. It is.
his link
I
is on
did
our
share it.
community wall as well.
Because we need to support our men, guys. We're always saying men don't do this and men don't do that, but we need to support our men, right, wrong, or indifferent. We need to support our men. Okay. All right.
I
She
got you,
says,
the big gamer.
I am chosen Miss White. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate both of you. Oh, honey, you are welcome. I'm right where you are, and anything that I can do, any kind of information that I can give you or share, I'm willing. I mean, it's no good in me holding on to it just for myself.
Right.
Look, I say, Miss Judy, y'all do me so bad. Look, I say, y'all do us so bad. Do y'all like our new setup on our page?
Lupac
Y'all
don't
see
got
that?
another. She got another. She don't sent us another subscriber. Yeah, sissy on. Lupac got this in the bag. It looked like.
You better hurry up, because Amber coming for you, girl. Amber coming for you. She on your
Mm-hmm.
neck. Okay, where we at? I see
Miss
Troy's in
Mel
the chat too.
said
Thank
she.
you so much for coming in. She says, yes, I'm going to have to look into that as well. I heard about the state paying family members, but I don't know who to contact. Yeah, girl, we'll get you linked up in the right direction.
Yep.
Miss Lee, Karen says, when my mom was diagnosed with dementia 7 years ago, I took care of her in my home until she passed away March the 4th, 2019 at 6:14 a.m. I lost my mind. My mom was my everything. I miss her daily. Hey, oh girl. Let me tell you what I tell people. I said my mom, she taught us how to live and she showed me how to die. I say that frequently. She taught me how to live and she showed me how to die. I never heard her complain. She never mumbled a word like she was ready, but yeah. Miss Spicy Brown says my mom was in a recovery hospital for 3 months. I traveled an hour every day back and forth. I could only see her for 2 hours. I would not have had it any other way. Amen. Amen. Miss Britta said yes all the time. Miss Judy says, Raw, I know here the program is called Doors, where you can be paid to be the healthcare provider in your home based on the approved hours from the insurance. Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing here, where you can
Mm-hmm.
get paid, because even if you don't do it yourself, if you put them in an adult daycare, they still allot hours for home services, where the home service coordinator will come in and get your dad dressed and ready to go out to the program or any other appointments he have, and somebody will come back in at night and they help you get him dressed for bed, fed, and all those good things. She says,
Right.
Miss White, I'll inbox you. What's your IG? I need info, of course. I don't know who to contact, how to get those benefits, because he does get Medicare and Medicaid. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. We'll
Big
we'll make sure
congrats.
you get the information.
We will make sure. I'm gonna put my link in the chat too before the end of the live. Judy says, congratulations, Mr. Troy, on your first live. He was so excited,
Mm-hmm.
guys. He was so excited. I was excited for him.
So sister, before we went live, I stopped in because he was live, and
Oh,
so I stopped in to speak, and I stayed in for a couple minutes. But somebody put IDK in the chat, and Mr. Troy, you like me, like I be having to ask my kids what certain stuff mean, abbreviation, and he got it wrong. What, I don't know. He was saying I don't care. And so one of the mods tried to explain it to him. It was just funny. It tickled me. So I know Miss Mill, I know you're gonna let him know, babe. IDK means I don't know. But that
Yeah,
tickled
she
me.
take care of her man, honey. She take care of her man, you know?
Right.
And she take care of her man. And that's how we're gonna roll up into this topic we're gonna talk about. Thank you for coming in, Amber. She said she was cooking. That's why she late. What you cook, girl? Send me some. Lupac
Hey,
says
Bam
my
Bam.
YouTube family love my baby, and I love them back.
Yep.
Everybody's speaking a little bit. They said
Hey,
they
Amber.
subscribe.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. I think everybody's pretty much speaking. I don't want to leave nobody's comment out. We're gonna get into our topic of discussion for today, which is the love language. The love language. How many people in the chat did the little survey test for the love language? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you did it, and then tell us what your love language was? And Sissy, while they doing that, would you care to name the 5 different love languages they are for the people?
Okay. So the 5 different love languages, they are physical touch, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, words of affirmation. And mine's came back quality time and words of affirmation are my top 2.
Your top 2?
Mm-hmm.
Now it must be
Quality
the
time. Quality time was number 1.
I was gonna say it may be the site you were using, because they really try to get us to frown upon having more than one. They want you to like stick to what really drives you. And I mean, if you're not in a troubled relationship, I guess it wouldn't be a lot of problems for that. But if you're in a troubled relationship, they want you to drive home on one. And the reason being is, if you ever ran out of gas before, how your carburetor choke up and it take a lot more work to get it back going
Mm-hmm.
from mixing different gases and stuff. Um, that's the one of the reasons. But let me say this first off, guys. Somebody asked what was the question again. Did you do the questionnaire to find out what your love language was? And if so, what was your affirmation? Um, a love language does not have to necessarily be for a relationship. So let me say that first off, because it's for friendships, it's for the workplace, family, and friends. So you know and learn how to handle each other, you know? Um, so you don't have friction in the workplace or, trouble in the community and things of that nature. So I wanted to make sure that I said that, because a lot of people, when you hear love language, they just think about my man, or my woman. And there's so much more to it than that, because we have to know how to carry ourselves in the workplace and in other places as well as just at home in a relationship, and not only know how to carry ourselves, but know how to treat other people also. And we have to remember that we don't want to just treat people how we want to treat them. You got to handle people accordingly, how they want to be handled, or you will always have friction, in a relationship of any sort. So nobody in the chat did their homework to find out what their love language was. Nobody. I saw one person, Miss Spicy Brown says, 1 physical touch, 2 words of affirmation. So, y'all know with the physical touch, a lot of people, the first thing they think of is the sexual acts. And it's not always a sexual act. Just now, when I was speaking with Raw Truth, I sent her a virtual hug. Like I said, I don't know if you can feel it, but some people just need a pat on the shoulder, a hug, a little pinch. You know how you pinch somebody, like, hey girl, something like that. Some people just need that little small thing. It's not always in a sexual way. Now, of course, um, in marriage ministry, I've found that a lot of people won't touch, and they use touch as a way to heal. When they have makeup sex and things of that nature, to help out with getting back on the right track. Raw Truth says, Miss Judy, did you drop Miss White IG? I probably missed it because I was frying chicken and wasn't reading all the comments. So we'll make sure that you get it before the live is over if she did not. Another thing, y'all, because I'll jump all over the place. And look, I don't have a problem with y'all wheeling me back in. Sissy, you got anything you want to say before I go into this thing that I was about to say?
Um. Oh, I was gonna ask you. So when you take that quiz and it gives you the top one, and then the other ones I noticed were like listed in order. Is that how you read that, the five love languages, or is it just that that one top one is it?
I'm kind of lost. I don't know what you're speaking of.
The test, the
You said
quiz,
how you read
when
it?
you try to find out what your
I heard that part, but
the love language.
what are you saying? How do you read it?
Earlier you said there's really only one. Is that correct?
Well, it'll tell you.
Your top.
So look, this is what I was getting ready to say. For instance, um, love language is the reason why it's important is because you want to know how to treat your mate, right? Or your friend.
Right.
I'm saying mate, but it's much broader than that. Not only do you want to know how to treat them, but you want to know how to be treated. They want to know how to treat you. I call it being bilingual, right? So even as to what the question that you're asking, if I think you're asking what I think you're asking, is that like English is my primary language, right? If
Right.
somebody asks me a question, I'm going to automatically begin to speak English. If I had to speak Spanish, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I don't know how to speak nothing but English and Niglish. But um, if that was funny, I see you trying to laugh at. Um, but quite naturally, English is my first language, and if I had to use another language, Spanish, I'm saying, I would only use that if I was speaking to somebody else in Spanish. So primarily, when it comes to an individual person, you want to be focused on that one language because when we start saying what ours is, of course, you can benefit from all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can benefit from all five of them, but which one do you prefer? Which one drives you the most? You get what I'm saying? Did I answer that?
Yeah.
Because I get
Yeah.
complicated. I
Yeah.
get complicated, y'all. So y'all have to wheel me back in. So yeah, I like to say, being bilingual is, you know what yours is, but although you know what yours is, you want to be able to speak that other person's language as well.
Right.
Because how far are you gonna get? Because you like to be touched and you just touch, 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 touch all the time, and they like, what I'm gonna get? Give me
Right.
some. And listen, even the gifts. I saw Lupac say that one of hers was gifts. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Gifts are not already always monetary things. Some people
Yeah.
want you just to pick some flowers for them. Write them I love you on the door. When you're going out for work or leaving it on the mirror. Little things like that. So we don't want to overthink that gifts thing either. because a
I
lot of
was
people
trying to
will.
remember. I don't know. I to piggyback off of Lupac's saying gifts. Um, I don't know where I read it at, or if it was on our community wall or what. But Lupac had mentioned like when her baby girl makes her a card at school, you know, like draws her a card, it makes her cheer up, stuff like that. Like she likes it, like you said, it doesn't have to be monetary gifts.
Hmm.
So yeah, good morning, gorgeous sis. It's all five for her.
She said,
Ooh, I
all
like
five.
gifts too.
Because and y'all do know that what we like right now may not be what we like next month. Because depending on what we're going through in our lives, um, different challenges and times and things of that nature, your wants, needs, and desires change. So depending upon what you're going through, or we might be in a good season or we may be in a bad season. So what we need may
Right.
change. Um, that may change as well. So that's something also to take into consideration when doing those things. Sissy, also, can you drop the link in case somebody wants to come up? I don't know why
Okay.
they think we're gonna bite, honey. We can't never get nobody up here on this platform like we're gonna.
Oh, Lupac said
And
she said it on our last live. Gotcha.
I paid too much money for my smile. I ain't biting nobody.
I know
I
that's
ain't
right.
biting nobody. Trust me. Mm-mm.
Hey,
Lupac
Stacy
says,
Jew.
"Hi, Stacy. Welcome in." Lupac says, "Yes, it's the little things that count for me. The type of gifts that require thought, less monetary. Absolutely. You want to know that they thought about you, because anybody can put a gift card together, throw some money in an envelope, different things like that. But how much thought did you
Hmm.
put into this? How much did you put into it? That means the world to me as well. That means the world to me."
And you know what? It's funny talking about that, like the thought, like buying things, like even at my grown old age now, like my sister, I have three younger sisters, and the baby sister, she was like my responsibility for the most part because my
Hmm.
mom, worked nights and stuff. So I was 15 when my mom got pregnant with her. And so because she's like my baby, she was like my real life baby doll. I'm 16 and I got a
Right.
baby sister, but now she's grown with kids of her own. And there's been, a couple of times like she's bought me a card from the store. But when I read the card, it like boo-hoo, like broke me down to tears. I know she had to go through and take the time to read the card before she picked it, because like it really fit me and her, you know, versus sometimes we just go in a store and get a card to wish somebody a happy birthday, or whatever the special occasion is, and it's not as sentimental, or it really has no meaning behind it. And my family, they always get on me because I like spend $5 or more for a card, like they're like, oh, I want a card from the dollar store. Don't go spending all that money on cards. But the dollar store is not going to always say what you want it to say. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I want to piggyback off of that.
I remember about 20 years ago in the CVS. Well, back then it was probably wasn't CVS yet. It was probably Repco. Y'all remember that? They
Mm-hmm.
had a
Mm-hmm.
machine in the store that you could create a personalized card, like name, what you want to say, and all of that. And I think it might have been like $10 back then, but I thought that was just the most amazing thing in the world because I like to
I used to go
personalize
to
things.
Repco. I didn't know that Repco had that option.
Hmm.
We had a Repco here. Repco, like the drugstore. Yeah.
Repco, is the new CVS turned to Repco.
Right.
They brought them
Yep.
kind of way. Gosh, I'm getting old, man. I remember that.
You remember
Mm,
TGNY?
no, we didn't have that.
Y'all didn't have TGNY.
Not down here in the sticks. Not
Mhm.
down here in the sticks.
What sure what you laughing at? Let's see. It's something Good Morning Gorgeous don't say it.
Have
Okay.
every
Good
have
Morning
any
Gorgeous said, I feel like my love language is different.
she feels like
Go ahead. She
it's
feels
different?
like her love language is different, depending on her connection with the person. It sounds weird, but some people I don't want touching me, while others can rub me down.
That's not weird. That's not weird because you don't handle everybody the same and everybody don't handle you the same. That's not weird. That's why I say we want to go off the thing that we prefer the most. And the other four, although you can use them, you probably wouldn't use one with this person that you would use with another person. But I can almost guarantee you that that main one you will find yourself using with everybody, no matter who they are, in some form or fashion. In some form or fashion, you're gonna find yourself using that.
Sissy,
Hmm.
read the comment from Hi Zound. I don't know if you trolling us or if this is a real comment, like if this really happened.
I was smoking and driving yesterday, and I threw my cig out the window. I smelt something awful behind me. I turned, and sure enough, my grandma was fingering herself again. Good for grandma. That's all I can say. Good for grandma. Oh, Lord Jesus, people. I am somebody says, I remember that personalized car machine in Repco. I'm telling my hey, girl, yeah, you up there with me, girl. You up there with me. Yeah, but wasn't it great though? And it printed right out, I remember that. I loved it too. Spicy Brown said, I remember Repco. Yeah, y'all telling on y'allself. Thank you, Miss Judy. Now, how we got trolls already, y'all? We ain't even we ain't
Right.
created no beef with nobody. Hopefully, we won't ever have to deal with that. Jeez,
Girl, that's
yeah.
crazy.
That's
That
why I
is
said good for
crazy.
grandma. If you don't know how to make her feel good, she found a way to make her own self feel good. How about that?
Like I
Yeah, yeah.
couldn't believe what I was reading.
I can be smart mouth.
I know.
Well, yeah, you know that they don't know that.
Lupac, it's between you and MM, but you're in the lead, and today is the last day.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm texting my dad's nurse back. She never texts me either.
Miss Judy said they are trolls that come and say wild stuff that will get your page in trouble. Then the darn kids find a way in also
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
I can imagine that. Let's see. My dad has the best nurse ever. Like he goes to the doctor tomorrow, so she wants to move her schedule around to make sure she can get everything together, so I don't have to. She's
Cheryl
amazing.
said, you gonna do some straightening.
She
Right,
said what?
Cheryl. She said Miss White gonna do some straightening up in here. Yeah,
Child,
we
I
didn't
hope
know
not. I hope
trolls would be coming up in here either.
I don't want to have to show out. But honey, I know how. Trust me. Trust me, honey. I know how. Yeah, so guys, when I was speaking on The love language. How many of you guys thought about it in another perspective outside of an intimate relationship? Had anybody taken that into consideration? Nobody. Nobody took that into consideration about the love languages not just being in an intimate relationship, but any kind of interaction or relationship that we have with people. Hey, Miss Lou to the Lou Pop.
Hey, my girls.
Thank you for coming
Hey,
up.
girl.
Of course. I didn't mind. I said, let me go up and be with them for a little bit.
I appreciate it,
Thank
girl.
you for
I
that.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You always make us feel so good when you come up. I try to encourage everybody to come up. Um, maybe they think because we have our cameras on, but you don't have to turn your camera on because we have our camera on. Maybe they, I don't know
No,
what they think.
not really, because I on my channel too, nobody really be wanting to come up. I think they just probably prefer to be in the chat.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
And guys, we still looking for a domestic violence highlight for this Saturday. For this Saturday coming, let me see this comment. Miss Judy says we have a love language with our children, our parents, siblings, and very close friends. Absolutely. So that's why I was asking Miss Judy, like, did it change anybody's perspective on what they thought about the love language or how they viewed it, or how can you relate that very same top love language that you have in an intimate relationship with somebody that you just may be a friend or a coworker with? How can you relate the two?
Hmm.
What was the question?
Um, when we talk about the love language, most people look at it as a intimate relationship, like a
Hmm.
husband and wife, fiance, girlfriend, boyfriend. But in retrospect, like Miss Judy was just saying, is can be with our children, parents, siblings, and close friends. So I was
Facts.
asking, like, take what your top one is and think, how can you relate it to, not in an intimate way, but just somebody that you're friends with or a coworker, or something of that nature. How can you relate the two, put them together?
Uh,
Right.
I don't know. I think more so just your brain is telling you to keep them separate. Because you don't want to be having certain thoughts, even though I feel like emotionally our bodies are trained to react a certain way, based off of how we feel about a person. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes hand in hand when it comes to like somebody that you friends with, and based off of you not crossing certain boundaries and not putting yourself in a position to cross those boundaries, if that
Right.
makes sense.
It does. I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I'm a giver, right? I like to give, and
Hmm.
for me, I'm gonna give regardless of whatever I'm doing. But because I'm a giver, I wouldn't give. Let's say you, Lupac, I wouldn't give you the same thing that I would give my husband.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
for instance, a coworker. I might know that they like Starbucks, so I might come in one day and I bring somebody that that I'm friends with a Starbucks, a coffee that
yeah,
morning, or I know you like Mountain Dew or whatever it is. Here, I got you something. No strings attached. Just
Hmm.
here,
yeah.
and it's a
And that
gesture from me.
Yeah.
mhm.
To you. Yeah.
That co-sign perfectly with what I just said, because I feel like based off of the level of emotion, love, whatever we feel for a person, that's gonna determine what we're gonna do for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
And let me tell you about me, y'all. I give because I get satisfaction from giving. I
Hmm.
don't even look at so much of the need of that person, but the satisfaction that I get uh, personally and emotionally. I get
Yeah.
gratification in knowing that I gave something to somebody, whether it was a need or not. and sometimes it gets me in trouble.
You
But
just like helping people.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a
She
curse.
does.
Like, but
I don't think so because my
If
mom is
I had
like
money,
that
I would
too.
be just like that.
I'll
My
Yeah.
get
mom is
mad.
just like my mom is just like Miss White. Like she'll give her last. It's crazy. Like she'll say, I didn't see her tell people she didn't have it, and then she'll go find a way to get it just to help them.
Yep. That's me too. My sister fusses at me a lot because I've shared with you guys my little situation with my spinal cord being injured in DV. And so right now I'm dependent on my kids, and one of my sisters helps me a lot with like doctor's visits and stuff, but she'll give me money and I'll turn around and give somebody else, like my nieces, a couple dollars. It's like, how you gonna be giving stuff away and you ain't got it? You need help yourself. But I mean,
Hmm.
that's just who I am, and I don't know how to change. Like I'll literally be without, knowing I need that money, but I don't
Hmm.
be thinking stuff through, and I get fussed at for it.
And the sad thing about me is I do think it through. I think it through.
Yeah.
And my answer is gonna still be the same. Like I get myself in trouble doing it, y'all. I do. And I'll get angry, especially if I'm doing, and somebody do me wrong and I feel a way about it.
Oh
I ain't
yeah.
doing shit. I ain't doing nothing
That
else.
makes it worse.
Yeah, girl, I turn right around and do the exact same thing of what I said I was not going to do.
Yep.
Now, what
Hmm.
people don't understand, whoever I'm doing for, they benefit from it, right? But their benefit from it does not more beneficial than the feeling I get of knowing that I did it. Did that make sense? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
It does.
they reaping the benefit, but internally, it's self gratification for me
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
to know that I've helped somebody. And listen, I'm not just talking about monetarily. Um, for instance, the young lady in the chat, if it's something I know, I want to give it to people. And then you cross that gift up that I have for my love language on top of me being a Virgo, right? I'm
Yeah.
analytical. I'm always learning. I'm always studying. I'm always reading. I like to know stuff. And because I want to know stuff, I want everybody else to know what I know. So then we
Yeah.
come out across
Hmm.
as like a know it all, or they think they all that,
Yeah.
I hate it. But because I want
Yeah.
to know so much, I want to give what I have. So when I learn things, I'm always willing to share and show and teach and give. So mm, it
Yeah.
gets me in trouble.
Some
It
people, but you
does.
know what? That
But
I feel like that's
that's
just
okay.
life. Oh,
Go ahead,
my
Lucan.
bad. I was
No,
gonna say,
good.
I feel like that's just life. I feel like some people gonna value you what you got to offer, and some people won't. Like me, I actually enjoy because I was raised old school, so I enjoy soaking up wisdom from the elders and people
Mhm.
who came before me. Like I get joy out of that because I feel like that's a different type of wisdom.
It
So,
is.
but
It
not
is.
everybody
Yeah,
gonna appreciate it because then you got
definitely.
some people with characteristics that think they know it all and they don't really be knowing jack ish.
Not nothing. Not nothing.
Hmm.
But I say
You
this:
tell them nothing.
I
Right.
am a giver,
Right.
and a lot of
Yep.
times I get upset. I don't get upset because I gave, but I get upset sometimes because of the response that I get from what I've done, right?
Yeah.
And I get upset about it, but then like I said, I turn around and do it again. But baby,
Hmm.
let me tell you something about that Virgo in me. What I gave, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm under this smoke detector. Um, I'll give and I'll give and I'll give and I'll give. But when I get to a point where I feel like I'm being disrespected on top of my giving, baby, it's a difference between uh, David Banner, Bruce Banner, and the Incredible Hulk. And I do that
Mhm.
whole transition, baby. You be like,
Yeah.
who is that? I thought Miss White was so nice and kind and sweet. But I do. I'm moment of transparency. I turn into something that you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
I do. And I
Cause
will
I'm
admit
telling
that.
you,
I'll admit that. But baby, you best believe when you see me come out the bag, it's warranted. It's warranted.
and
Because
I love the Incredible Hulk. I'm that person
me
that's standing
too.
there bringing them back down from the green.
I mean, and again, like I said, it's not just monetary. Whatever I give my time, I give my effort, I give, money, which that comes and goes. I just give, and I give from my heart. Like I give from a place of sincerity.
That's what counts.
I give from a place of
That's what
sincerity.
counts.
Yeah.
And when you do
Most
that, God is
people,
gonna always have your back.
he does. Man, he does. And you know what I tell people, like with me being a lupus patient, shout out y'all. Today starts lupus month awareness. So I'm going to be posting about that frequently, guys. And I would love you all support and whatever it is I decide to post about finding a cure. But because I'm a lupus patient, do y'all don't know what it does to me? Now, don't take it the wrong way, like in a vain way. But what it does to me when I turn this camera on and y'all be like, Miss White is so cute. Oh, she's pretty. Y'all don't understand what that does to me for me to have to get to where I am. And I'm
Hmm.
saying that to say that because I'm a giver, God gives back to me in other ways through my health,
Hmm.
through my looks, and things of that nature. I'm older than what people think I am. You know, if you listen to me talk, I'm told that you'll know, that I have some age to me. But I take look, you can't be God given, no matter how hard you try. But
Right.
I feel like because I give, I
Better
give, I
say that.
give, that God gives back to me in my
Yeah.
health and my looks,
Hmm.
in my discernment and things of that
Yeah.
nature. He don't give it back to me the same way I give it, but I get it back.
Hmm.
I saw where Miss Judy
Right.
said because it comes back tenfold. I don't know how
Hmm.
many was in the chat where I was just talking about how I can run right at 2.5 miles nonstop. Won't be out of breath. Just a couple of years ago, I had a walking cane everywhere I went. Like so,
Hmm.
I
God
don't
is
mind
good.
giving because God gonna give it
Yeah.
back to me one way or the other. You might think you got over on me over here, or you think somebody using me over there, or whatever the case may be, but you don't know what God is doing. You don't know what kind of thing God is
That's
doing
right.
in my life. Like you just don't have a
Hmm.
clue. You don't have a
Hmm.
clue. You know. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Even with even down to Journey's health, all that she went through, and them telling us she was gonna be deaf, dumb, and retarded. But God, you know what I'm saying? So, those are the
Yeah.
sacrifices that I take to give to somebody, and God gives it back to me on another whim in another form. Then use me, baby.
Hmm.
Use me till you
That's
can't no
right.
more, because you're gonna
Amen.
have to deal with that. You'll have to deal with that.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Um,
That's real.
Raw Truth says, I hate the fact that I have a giving spirit, but it's just the way I am. And, you just heard what I said, my sentiments exactly. And I hate that about myself too. But at the same time, it is what it is. Yeah. And if it's
Hmm.
something that I don't know or can't do, I'm frequently trying to find a way. Miss Bridget says, I'm the same way, Miss White. That's why when I first met you, I immediately gravitated to you because we share the same similarities. Yeah, energy has a way of connecting. I'll tell you that. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Sunshine. Thank you for coming
Hey,
in.
Lex.
Welcome, girl. Welcome, girl. She said, I can be mad and say I'm not helping people no more. And I still turn around and do it. I just suck sometimes to have a big heart. It just sucks sometimes to have a big heart. It does. Miss
You
Bridget
see
said
Miss
that part.
Judy comment?
Self gratification.
MJ says, I, MJ says, your voice doesn't have age to it. What I tell you, it's not age, it's wisdom, baby. That's what your voice carries.
Yeah,
Wisdom.
yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first turned my camera on, they
Say
was like,
that.
Miss White, your voice, what do they say? Your voice outlives you or older than you or something. It tickled me so much. I was
Mm-hmm.
Miss
You
Judy
do.
says wrong. Look at it as giving a
Look,
blessing to someone, not as a help. That's right. And that's where I had to change my perspective on not focusing on what the person got, not so much as what it was going to do for me. And don't think that I'm saying I do for people just so I can get something back. That's not what I'm saying. But God has shown me more times than over 1,000, honey, that long as I am His hand extended, in one way or another, He gonna look out for His girl. He gonna look
Yep.
out for His girl now. He gonna look out for me. He didn't show me too many
yeah,
times. He didn't show me too many times.
Especially when you giving without
yeah.
expecting nothing in return. That's what counts. When you
That
And I
paying
part.
it
tell
forward and
people,
you're not,
That.
you know,
even with giving money, I say if you can't afford to lose it, don't give it. If
yep,
you cannot afford,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody say, "Let me borrow," and you might know with everything in you that that person's gonna give it back to you the next day. But if you
yeah,
can't afford to lose it, don't give it because anything could happen, and you're gonna be
yeah.
short, or you're gonna
Yeah.
be.
I
But
got a
listen,
sister like that. She anytime somebody asks her to borrow money, if she can't give it to you, she won't let you borrow it. Because you know a lot of times people will say, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you back tomorrow. I'll pay you back Friday," and they don't. More at least 80% of the time they don't pay you back. So when somebody asks her to borrow, she just give it to them and tell them don't worry about it if she got it.
now, with
And
that
that's why
being said,
she do that.
Doc, you hear me teaching that, right? But I don't
Hmm.
practice. I don't practice it. I tell you that all day long and turn around and do the exact
Mm-hmm.
opposite of what I just said. Because all I see is a need.
Yeah.
All I see is a
Yep.
need. But that goes back to
Yeah.
the Virgo and the maiden. People think we are the
Mm-hmm.
Virgin, and that's not what the Virgo sign is. But the maiden. So yeah, and y'all just triggered me because now I want to do. I want to try to see how much of that of us who have that language of giving. I want to look for the coincidence of that
Given.
between the empath, the giving, and our mood. Just see how my mind works. Like where did that come from? But now I want to know. I want to know. So I'm gonna find that out and see if there's any
And you
significance
will.
to that. Oh well, I'm gonna find it out. Lux Pearl said, yes, my hubby is a Virgo. Very headstrong and misunderstood. Yeah. And you know, yeah, we special kind of people. We special.
And y'all are.
Uh,
And I love you.
Miss Jean said they lived through it, so that wisdom have actual value behind it. That's the truth. That's the truth. I was born with a veil, Miss Judy, and gray hair. I was born with a veil and gray hair. My grandson's 7. His gray hair popping in right now. And he's so smart, y'all. He like 3 grade levels over. He is so dang on smart and can sing. Sound like a little angel.
And he can cook.
Yeah, and he can cook. He can cook. Yeah. But they ain't got no choice but to cook if they live in my house, honey. They don't know how to cook. They
Yep.
gonna
They
be.
gonna learn.
I was telling Sissy last night, like he was chopping and cutting, and him and Journey been on prep chopping and cutting. They started that at like 5 years old. I brought them chain gloves, and y'all put them gloves on and come on, get over here and cut this stuff up. And let's get
Hmm.
this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the only way they gonna learn.
Hands on, baby.
Gotta
Hands on.
start early.
Mm-hmm.
If our ancestors could get in the fields at 3, 4, 5 years old, huh?
Yeah,
Them kids
because we
been
were talking
waiting.
Yep.
about that before. They had babies just to work the field.
Yep.
just for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
For money
She
making.
she said, say that.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and get so I can get your skin, cause goals. Thank
Hands
you so
on
much. I just hate these freckles, honey. I hate these
Mm-hmm.
freckles. But you know what made me forget about them is that fact that my husband like them. So
I
I be
love
like,
freckles.
he
I
be
got a
wanting.
few of them too. They
I
not
do
deep, but
too.
I
I
have
have
some.
some.
I
Yep,
don't
yep,
know
yep,
why
yep.
this lady saying she don't like her
Hi,
freckles.
Malika.
Hey,
Welcome. Hey, Miss Rena. I know.
um,
Sissy be tripping.
record anomaly. Spicy
Yeah.
Brown
Hey,
says I
Miss
have
Rena.
nine prissy granddaughters, and I don't have anything else to
Mm.
give. What's your love language, Spicy? Miss Judy says, Spicy, I pray for you because I have one and he lives on Walmart and Amazon asking for something because he knows I can't say no. Hmm. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
same. Good morning, Gorgeous says, yep, same here. I don't give unless it can be a gift. I'm not about to stress myself out trying to hunt people down like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, Pro said, them zodiac signs be spot on. And do. And do. Hmm. Bridget says, a lot of times people like us oftentimes get misjudged as being show offs. Boy, if only you knew. But if they only knew the story, look, she said, but if they only knew the story behind our giving, they would change their way of thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Because I got things I need God to do for me. I need a thing done in my life, a few things done in my life, not only my life, but my children's lives and my children's children's lives. And I know and understand that if it's got to be my giving that helps change that thing around and drain me, baby. Drain me.
Yeah.
Mm. Miss
Miss
Judy
Judy
says,
said that your voice gives her.
it
Miss
who?
Judy says your voice gives her Maya Angelou vibes. I
Yeah,
agree. Miss Judy.
Mm.
something
I
true.
agree.
I would have never thought
Yep.
about that, but it sure do. Now that Miss Judy saying it,
Thank you, honey. That's a compliment, still.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
you sound just like Maya
It
Angelou.
is.
I would never
Oh,
thought about
wow.
it.
Mm,
Wow. Y'all know when I was growing up, I hated my voice.
yep.
Really?
I hated it.
I can see if you sound like a man, but you
I
don't
did
sound like
too.
no man.
I used to think I had a hard, heavy voice.
I sound like
Probably because back then I was talking hard and heavy. That's probably why I was talking hard and
you,
heavy, baby. I had something to say.
you got
Hmm.
you got the type of voice
shoot.
that when you speak, it make people want to listen. That's why you think you sound
Mm-hmm.
like Maya Angelou, because you know anytime you hear Maya Angelou, you gonna stop and listen, baby.
Where my husband at? Honey, you hear
Right.
this? Yeah, he can be like, mm-hmm.
Blue Clock, when I used to do customer service, the customers used to say, sir, they used to call me sir. And when they call me sir, I get mad and I make my voice deeper. And I really try to sound like
Sir,
a man then. I'm like,
you
call
don't even sound
me
like no
sir. Yeah,
man.
because my voice, when I did
People
customer
be doing the
service, I
most,
like, this is nice.
but it's
It
not
Yeah,
giving
I might not
man
sound
when
like
you
one
talk.
now, but this is nice.
maybe just heavier,
I
maybe,
don't like my voice.
but not so much manly. You know how sometimes in the morning it takes our voice a while to catch up.
Yup, mine like that. My voice real deep in the morning time. My fiance be like, I ain't gonna say that on here. But sometimes he be like, "What's up, my ninja?" But he say the other word. Cause good morning, my
What's
ninja.
up, baby?
Cause my voice be so deep.
Woo, that's
Miss Judy
funny.
says part of it is the
Mm-mm-mm.
mother in us. We don't want to see the next struggling, especially if we've been in that spot. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nurturing. Yep. Rock True says, Miss White, 2022, I gave someone around 19K. And yeah, I'm grateful they didn't ask me, to be honest. But I
Wow.
heard them speaking on what they wanted to do to, and I offered to help and said, when you get back on your feet, pay me back when you start making money. Child, 2 years later, and still nothing.
That's about right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's why they say when you give, don't expect to get it back. Give if you have it to give, and
Hmm.
not expect nothing in return, because you can still get your blessings anyways. You'll be waiting on people.
And you know
Yeah.
what, baby? Every time you look at your dad, you look at that as a seed that was sown from that night
Hmm.
that you sowed a seed into your dad's longevity. That look, 2 years later, he's
Mm-hmm.
still here. Might not be where you want him to be, but he's still here. So you look at that 19,000 as a seed that you sowed into the life of your dad for his longevity.
Right.
Think about it like that. Think about it like that. And it'll still upset you a little bit, but it takes the sting out of it. I guarantee you that. It takes
Mm-hmm.
the sting out of it. Hmm. Miss Green, I said, hey, ladies, I'm getting home from work. Good morning, gorgeous. Yes, there's something else. Love them to death. Um, Let me see. Y'all hear my phone? Nobody don't be calling me like this. Not on this line anyway. Raw Truth said I
Mm-hmm.
can't be mad at them because they didn't come out to ask. I offered to help because I seen someone who was in need. But you think mofos will remember what you do for them? Nope. Girl, I'm about ready to get up here and cut
That
a
memory
step.
goes quick.
I
Yeah,
am
that
about
memory
ready to get
go
up
away.
here and cut a step. And see, this is the thing. And I know this is off topic, but it's topic. Because sometimes you have to gently remind people what you've done because they forget. And then they'll say, well, I don't want nobody doing that for me because soon as they get mad, then you got to hear it again. Let's
Hmm.
talk about that. Why did I even have to gently remind you?
Right.
Because if you were grateful and thankful enough for it, you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing that make me even have to remind you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
people
Yeah.
forget, and you don't want. If you're like me, Raw, you're not really wanting to throw nothing up in nobody's face. But
Mm-hmm.
those moments that you gave, hmm, and they didn't ask, you did it because you saw a need and you were willing to meet the need. That should be all the
Mm-hmm.
reason, the more that people should be willing to handle you a little bit better.
That's the
You
ones that
know,
be
You would
smelling
think.
themselves.
Yeah. And I'm not even
The
the kind
one.
of person that I want to remind you. You know, if you can't remember,
Hmm.
I'm good. You got it. I'm not going to remind you. It'll come to
Yep.
remembrance. I'll let God let you remember. And when he lets you remember, then, you
They
go from
act like
there.
you bothering them.
I wonder
Mm-hmm.
if those people we're referring to, that type of person, I wonder if they are affirmation people. You know what I'm saying? People who want
Mm-hmm.
to talk, they want to be heard something. They need something in their ear. A lot of times
Mm-hmm.
they just talk, 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 and don't be about the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's a. I
Hmm.
wonder if there's any comparison to that. Because can y'all see that type of person just being an affirmation
Yeah.
person?
Yeah.
Not
Mm-hmm.
now. Listen,
I can.
I'm,
Because my
I'm not
kid's
trying
father was,
to.
I think if I had to guess, he'd be an affirmation.
I'm not trying to say being an affirmation person is bad. That is not
Right.
what I'm saying by any means. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that because
I
number
get
two
it.
for me is affirmation, right? But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
wondering, like, is there a coincidence in that? Because um, a lot of times you have people who talk about it and then they don't want to be about it. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like, and a lot of times people who talk about it and don't want to be about it, they just want you to tell you something because they're gonna tell you anything. Let me tell you this
Yeah.
so you can get on our face, type
That
thing. Let me
sound
tell you.
like the manifestors without the work. Like they want to manifest everything, but they don't want to put that work in.
The work in because they
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that faith without works is dead.
Is
Yep.
dead.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm, mm. But I'm,
And I
you
wonder
know,
who all are affirmation people where you rank one? Type of one in the chat if you were affirmation. If you did the quiz and you got affirmation for your top.
I
Would
think
you
a
say
lot of people that are affirmation, I think I think people handle them any kind of way. Well, I'm not gonna say that they do, but I think it's easy for them to be handled any kind of way. I think it's easy for them people to try to take advantage of them
mm-hmm.
because again, you can tell me anything,
Wait to
but
hear? Yeah.
what you doing though? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
Yep.
said it,
Right.
but did you mean it? You know, and where's the works behind that? Where's the
Mm-hmm.
what is it called when you do the work in the math? Where's the
When you do the
breakdown of
what?
it? You know, to see the work in the math. You know how in school, when we were in school, me anyway, we didn't use calculators and computers and all of that. Our teacher wanted to see how we got that answer. How
Hmm.
did
Mm-hmm.
it break down? What's the work? How did you get that work out of that? You know, as opposed to a computer or calculator doing it, you don't even, it just gave you the answer. That means you just know the answer, but what did you work to get there?
Yeah.
Where, what do you gain out of that? You know what I'm saying? So when you have people who are affirmation, they have to be careful because people can tell you anything. A terminology I use frequently is when people want to tell you it's raining outside and they peeing on your head because they think you don't know the difference. Why?
Yep.
Because they said it. Just because they said it don't mean make it true. Nor does it mean they're gonna do it.
Right.
Hmm.
It don't mean, one way or the other. Good morning said people paying good money for freckles. That's what my dermatologist told me. I said, what? She said, yeah, they get them things tattooed on.
It make
She
me
says, I
talking
look.
about affirmations. It makes me think about this one time. I wouldn't say because I know women by nature, what we hear, like men what they see, women what they hear, right? What you speaking to a woman's spirit. Men usually are visual. Women like it's that talk, you know. So I think every woman probably has a little bit of affirmation in them, but it's just kind of odd, when you talk about men that need reassurance, because that's how I see affirmation as reassurance and needing to be told um, good things or complimented and reassured. Would you say that's what affirmation is mostly like?
Yeah. Telling you that you look good. You smell good today, babe. I like your outfit. You know,
Yeah.
things like that. But you have to be mindful because somebody might tell you they like your outfit, but it's hideous, and you don't care. You just want somebody
Right.
to tell you it look good. So those are the things you have to
Mm.
be careful of. Because I'm the type of person. If your outfit don't look good and we friends, I'm gonna tell you.
Facts.
You know what? I'm not gonna be rude when I tell you, but I'm gonna make sure that you know. Because I see some women walking around, honey. I'd be like, Lord, they ain't got no mirror or no friend. They just out
I
here.
ain't sugarcoat nothing.
They ain't got a mirror or a friend. Like nobody didn't tell you what that looked like, but because your old man told you it looked good whenever you walked out the door, you think it looked good, not realizing that he didn't care no
Right.
way. He wanted you to leave him alone and go and do what you doing to do. You know,
Hmm.
got you out here all jacked up, looking crazy.
Right. And I want to break down. There was a chart too for those of you in the chat that might not be familiar. So, words of affirmation, how to communicate would be encourage, affirm, appreciate, and listen actively. Actions that you want to take would be something like sending a note, unexpected note, text, or a card. Things to avoid would be not recognizing or appreciating effort. For people that have physical touch as a love language, that would be nonverbal use of body language and touch to show love. You want to give them hugs, kisses, and cuddling. You want to avoid physical neglect or abuse. People that love languages receiving gifts. It's more like thoughtfulness. Make your spouse a priority if you have a significant other or a spouse. You want to give thoughtful gifts and gestures. Express gratitude when receiving gifts. Things to avoid is being unenthusiastic gift receiving, like really, showing that the gift doesn't mean anything. Forgetting special occasions. You definitely don't want to forget birthdays, anniversaries, and things like that for people whose love language is receiving gifts. Then we have like quality time as a love language, uninterrupted and focused conversation. One of the most important is for quality time love language. And then things you want to do is like create special moments, take walks, and do small things with your partner. You want to avoid distractions when spending time together. Long time without one-on-one time. Like, don't go a long time without one-on-one time. And then people with acts of service as a love language, let them know that you're wanting to help to lighten their loads, like make breakfast or dinner, go out your way to do chores. Things you want to avoid would be lacking following through on small and large tasks. So those are just some guides for the different love languages to follow.
Absolutely. I agree.
Anybody got
I
any
agree. And thank you
questions
for
in the
that. That was
chat?
very ideal of you to give that information. Yeah, do anybody have any questions about the love language? Um, what it means, what it stands for? And I would like to ask, how do you think what you've learned about the different five love languages, how you think it could help you moving forward in any kind of relationship or friendship now that you can be what we call bilingual in the language? Because now not only do you know what you like, but you know what your partner likes or your friend likes. So you now know how to better serve them, instead of imposing on them what you like. You now know that you can take a little bit of what you like and what they like, and vice versa. They do the same to help enhance relationships and friendships, to be a little more understanding when it comes to certain things. Even in the workplace, every time I come in, you got the stapler on the left. I like it on the right. you know. So you couldn't
Mhm.
hear it, but now you understand a little bit better how they like things or how they want things. So is it really a big deal to just to keep the stapler on the left? Are we gonna hurt anything for the sake of that friendship or relationship? Absolutely. I'm just throwing something out there, guys. But that those are the benefits of learning the love languages. So you can know how to better speak to people. We don't go to Germany speaking French. You kind of want to know how to handle people. And I
Mhm.
guarantee you, when you learn how to handle people, it's reciprocated. And if it's not a friendship or a relationship that you need to be in. And that's even with your boss, because you should have respect, from your
Yeah.
superiors at work as well.
Mhm.
Miss Green Eyes said, exactly, Miss White. I'm dealing with that right now.
Miss
Oh,
Green
look
Eyes,
at
are you
here.
talking about your supervisor at work, your workplace? Like people at work learning how to handle you and vice versa? So I know that
Good morning.
workplace I was sharing with Sissy about my daughter. I definitely think she would benefit too from the quiz, because she is a no nonsense person. Like, That child of mine, honey, she don't care if you are the CEO. She don't care who you are. If you talk to her crazy, she's gonna talk to you crazy back.
Good morning, Gotcha said, to be honest, I wouldn't even accept that kind of money. I'd rather struggle because the lesson is received better to me. Yeah. That means you have morals. And I saw your comment before that said morals are out of the window nowadays. You're right. But you are, that lets me know that you are a strong minded individual who you just about your
Hmm.
business. And that's good. But everybody's not like that. And then you have some people who would accept that kind of money with every intention on doing the right thing. But then life happens. And that's why I say when you loan money out, you have to always know that that's a prerequisite of loaning money out to anybody. The prerequisite is that life happens.
Lupac,
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I
I
was
know
doing
what
something, so I had to mute it. Huh?
I know what your baby girl's love language is gonna be gifts.
Oh Lord, yes. That's already her. She don't understand nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
I'm,
already her
I'm
love language.
like now for me, a
And
situation
she a
was,
Scorpio too.
yeah. I didn't.
Mhm.
What I did, nobody asked me for it. I just did it because I saw a need. So even if I wanted to bring it up, like, what grounds do you have? Because first things I ain't asked for it anyway. But then again, it shows you what kind of person they are. But I do understand what you're saying, raw truth. Um, and sometimes it's best that you just move on. Sometimes that's what some of the decisions that you have to make. That you just move on. Boy, if you don't hurry up
Yep.
and get what you want and get away. Now I came upstairs to stay away from y'all downstairs, and now you want to come up. See, you can't please these rascals. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. But
Who is that?
master, master major. Um, but that's good. You just observe. Now you know who you're dealing with, and you move on because they teach you a lot about them. They teach you a lot about them, and you don't have to say anything. You
Hmm.
girl, you're just spot on. Just
Yep.
move around, move around,
And
But I
Miss
think
Green, I asked
go,
my
go ahead.
question. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, you the
No, you go
guest.
ahead. Go ahead. I was gonna say something about the
I was gonna rest about what?
I was just gonna say I feel like even, outside of the love languages, I feel like reciprocation is key in any situation, whether it be relationship, friendship, any kind of ship. Because you can't pour from an empty cup, and sometimes people take advantage of your character and what you have to offer, and next thing you know, you drain whatever whatever. So I feel like it's definitely beneficial, the whole love language thing, especially when you get to know yours, and more
Yeah.
so your partners, the people you keep around you, that's within your energy on a regular basis. Because if you the only person that's putting out, whether it be emotional, um giving, or whatever you putting out energy wise, financially, then it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last.
Exactly.
So it's definitely
Not
beneficial
at
I
all.
agree.
The fast as it come, it'll go.
Yep.
when all parties understand it,
And you'll build
understand it.
resentment. Mm-hmm. Because
Yep.
somebody's gonna start building up some resentment. Yep.
Yep. Facts.
So
Facts.
I definitely agree with that. Um, Miss Green Eyes, thank you for answering that question. The best advice that I can give you when it comes to a job and dealing with people, you speak, you know, but I'm not sure, if you're a spiritual person or not, but I'm assuming that you are. Do your work as you would be doing it to please God. God will handle the rest. God will make your enemies your footstool. If that's what your
Thanks.
heart desires, He will give you the desires of your heart. If your ways please Him, don't ever, ever let anybody intimidate you on a job, baby. Ever. Fear no man. The same way God gave you that job, He'll give you another one if that's what you want. But if you want to stay there and you want to have peace on the job in your spirit, because you can have a workplace that nobody's fighting and threatening, and certain things are not allowed on the floor, but the energy there is off, and
Mhm.
you can feel the darkness, and you can feel the supervisors. That's what I have a pet peeve with supervisors that have no respect for the
Yeah,
people that are up under them. Like I don't
Yeah.
respect it when they
yeah,
mistreat people or mean or just hateful and think because they have authority, you know, uh, those same people will be your footstool. So just do your work to please God, and God will handle the
that's
rest.
right. You stay
That's the
true
advice I'm
to
gonna give you.
yourself. I have a friend who was unemployed for a little while and couldn't get employment, no matter where they did or what. It was always a no, a no, a no.
Mm,
But because they stayed true to themselves, I got a phone call today. They got one job, took the job,
mm,
and now jobs are calling everywhere. Like now you got options.
mhm.
But that's why
Hmm.
you just
Right.
stay who you
How it
are,
work.
what you believe, and
Yep.
what you think, and don't let nobody change who you are. Um,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
but because somebody don't change who you are, that does not mean our perspectives will not change. Because just like I was saying earlier, your love language may be one thing today, but depending on what life brings your way, it can change real quick.
Yep.
Because our core normally comes from like our childhood, what we grew, what we see or saw. That helps develop some of our love languages, right? But as time go
Mm-hmm.
on, and you realize that life is not about Toto and the white picket fence with cute little dog running in the yard, and you see life is not a fairy tale anymore, it begins to change your perspective of the world. And as your perspective of the world change, your expectations, wants, needs, and desires change. So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you can expect that your love language will change quite frequently.
Yeah.
Even in it could be you come out of a bad relationship, and this person was the gifter, and now you hate gifters. And do you hate gifters?
Mm-hmm.
No, but it's something about whatever you just
Right.
went through in that relationship that's gonna make you frown on it moving forward. So then you begin to
Mm-hmm.
adapt and pick up other traits, and now your love language then changed. And
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
maybe in this instance we should just say your language and not the love language, because it's
Right.
not about relationships or romantic relationships, but just in our everyday life and the people that we deal
Mm-hmm.
with. Um, People that not only that we deal with, but people we have to deal with. Let me say it that way, because people you don't have to deal with, you just walk away and you don't care about how you
Yeah.
treat them, how they treat you, or anything else. So we should be very clear on that. We should be very clear on that, because it's not just the love part of it, the part of it. So we talked about
Yeah.
gifting, we talked about the affirmations. We talk about touch? I think we
No.
touched.
Wait, I
It's
don't
no
think
touch.
so.
We
Mm-mm.
didn't.
Hey, Big Cheese.
I don't
Okay.
think y'all touched on the
What's up,
touch part.
Cheese?
So those who in the chat was touch, the love language of touch. Can y'all put a
My
one for you with a love language?
that's one of mine.
That's one of yours.
Touch and gift receiving.
Do you touch for the closeness of it?
Oh, I touch for everything of it. I love to touch and to be touched.
Hmm. So you're more of a sensual person, and
Yep.
a lot of the empaths are sensual people. Like they get energy, they get glimpses and things of that from touch.
Yes.
And a
Listen,
lot of
I can't
times,
even.
Mm.
go ahead.
That's because I'm in here working, so that's why I be going over. But I can't even sleep in the bed. Like my fiance, no, he have to be under me. I could literally be in a dead sleep, and if he move, he know I'm gonna start making some noise. So, but he like that too. Like he have to be under me. Even if I try to get out of the bed to go to the bathroom, he grabbing me. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. But
Is
I'm
that
definitely a touch type of person. Even
is
with
that
my
how you
kids,
read
like,
energy?
huh?
Is that how you read energy through touching?
Um, maybe so. I never really looked at it like that. But I've always been that type of person. Like I'm very affectionate. It's more even so with with my kids.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
a snuggler. Some
My
people say
Yep.
sisters
they're
call me
a good
gay.
snuggler. They call you gay.
You hear me?
Some
Yeah,
people
because I'm
just want to be
always touching them,
snuggled.
grabbing at
Mhm. Snuggled and touched.
snuggle.
But for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an easy stroker. You start touching me, I'm like, oh, what you doing?
Oh, you
So
don't like it?
no, 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 no. I might like it a little too much. So that's what I'm saying. I have to be careful, because I'm sensual. And because I'm sensual,
Mm-hmm.
the right touch by the wrong person or the wrong person with the right touch could be trouble for me.
Yeah.
So
See, but
yeah.
it's different for me. I have to feel something. So maybe I am an energy person because if I'm not attracted to you, I don't care how you touch me, it ain't gonna work. So,
Hmm.
it,
Right.
it has to come from people that I actually care about and I have some type of feelings or, love for.
Yeah, yeah. You ever notice that
I'm
somebody
the
could be
same
telling you
way.
something and you listening to them, but as soon as they touch you, your perspective about what they say changes. Even for it could be for the better or for the worse.
Yep, that's true.
And um, that's a big empath trait. But there are a lot of different types of empaths, and maybe we can talk about empaths too in a subject matter because everybody talk about narcissistic traits, but we can talk about empaths because y'all know all empaths are not good either.
Sissy, I had a
So,
whole folder. I got a whole folder ready to upload to you on
oh really?
empaths. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Wow.
told you I wanted to do a lot of empaths. Yeah.
There's empaths there's empaths who only get energy from pets.
That's crazy.
There's a lot to that empath thing. A lot. A lot.
Yep.
There's a lot to that. So yeah. Let me see. Is anybody else in the
Hello,
chat?
Lita.
Stacy Jew said my gift is touch, but it's how and
Stacy
where
Jew
you
says
touch
her
the
gift
person.
is touch, but it depends on. Mhm.
Yeah. And that's good about the how
You
and
want
the
to come up
where.
on the panel, Stacy Jew?
I'm chosen must can't hear.
I'll drop the link for anyone that wants to come up.
You
Good
can
morning.
hear us up here?
Mhm. Good morning, girl. Just said not all empaths are good. That's interesting. Yeah, baby. It's a whole lot to empaths.
I might be behind. I wonder if I'm behind a little bit.
Not sure.
Well, what you answering, I guess I'm not.
Y'all both be talking at the
Yeah, because
same time.
oh yeah, we're trying to work on that. Like we're trying to figure out our cues when one is going to start talking.
Yeah. She said, I think we are a little off in the chat. Good morning, gorgeous. Says I didn't know that. Yeah, it's child. Yeah, we can talk about empaths next week if y'all want to do that. And our empathetic traits, as well as some of our narcissistic traits, helps to source and guide our love language. Yep. Because we got what I think it's like 8 or 9. How many is it? 9 empaths? 8, maybe 8 or
It
9. I can't
changes
remember.
constantly, sister.
Say it again.
It changes. It changes. It's always, it's kind of
What's
like
that?
science. Like the amount of impacts, they're constantly discovering different kinds of impacts.
Yeah, but they do. But it's though it's a mainframe, and the other one like under the umbrella of the mainframe.
Yeah,
So
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and baby, you can run across a dark empath and yeah, they shut a narcissist down. But you know what? Mm, I don't want to confuse people because it just goes back to what I say about all bad people don't do good people can do bad things and bad people can do good things.
Hmm.
Yeah, it goes back to that. Miss Bridget says I would like to know more about empaths. I always thought they were good.
No.
Uh, I'm not even gonna say they're bad. Just like all narcissists are not bad people. They just have do bad things. But there's a thing called a dark
Right.
empath. There's a
Yeah.
thing called a dark empath.
And you. Hmm.
I'm chosen. The ladies are asking if you can hear them. She ignoring us, y'all. That's what it is. She ignoring
I
us.
can hear him, MJ.
We talked
I can
about
hear.
the touch. We talked about the gifts. We talked about affirmation. What did we leave out?
Um, quality time, acts of
Mm-hmm.
service. So we talked about affirmation and the gifts. So we have acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. Oh, we just talked about physical touch too a little bit. So quality time and acts of service
Well, our acts of service, that's gifts. They kind of.
go hand in hand.
Yeah. And did we talk about? Oh yeah, we did. We talked about that. About the love language changing depending on what you're going through in your life. Um, and who you're going through it with. Yep, who you're going through it with. Miss Judy said she definitely wanted to learn more about the dark empaths. Okay.
I
And
wonder if I'm an empath. See, I don't know. I don't know a lot about that different type of stuff. How can you tell?
well, I can already tell you about you. I can already tell you about you. Hold on one second. Yeah, I gotta turn this air down before my bones freeze. Give me one quick second.
So empaths, I'm gonna let Sissy explain it, break it down better.
You
Empaths
can
are
start. You can start, and I'll help you finish it up.
okay. So there's different kinds of empaths. And for one, empaths to me is just my opinion. It's a spiritual, um, it's a spiritual it's more spiritual, and
Mhm.
I would say scientific. It's not medical. So you would know if you have a higher level of empathy. Like there's people who have a connection to pets, like Sissy mentioned. Um, she seems to think that, well, we know that I'm an empath, right? I can feel
Mhm.
energy and I take on people's situations as if it's my own. Like
Yeah.
if you're in pain, like I feel it like it's my own pain, right?
Mhm.
I can feel energy as well. Um, and then you would probably like your first maybe sign when you watch certain videos, like you can feel like it's, say for instance, like sometimes I have to take a break from Instagram, right? Because it
Mhm.
doesn't matter if you follow a certain page or not, but if it comes down your timeline and you see a dog being abused or a human being being abused,
Mhm.
physically, or somebody suffering, pretty much, like it's gonna affect you, to a
Okay.
degree where, yeah. So it's a lot to it, but then it's simple at the same time, and that's why we were talking about there's different kinds of empaths. Like some people, I'm looking at Good and Gorgeous threw me off.
She said she run. Yeah, but the way you start to know, and no one just look you. It's a a mass of things that you put together to come to the conclusion. That's just like you can't uh, take one thing out of narcissism and see a person do one thing, but oh, they're a narc.
Mhm.
Um, Normally, like people who find it
Mm-hmm.
hard to set boundaries. Um, you believe in you like healing, natural things like natural attractions. You like to be alone. Don't mean you're a loner, but you value some time spent by yourself.
Oh Lord,
Um,
definitely.
you have high sensitivity. That's why you were talking about touching. So that's why I was asking you that because
Mhm.
you have heightened sensitivity. You are intuitive. You're intuitive.
Mhm.
You just like, oh, how did I know that? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those kind of things. You listen well. It's a number of things, but we can definitely do the deep dive into that. But that definitely will have to be like a multiple session because it gets deep. It gets
Very deep.
it gets deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about none of that stuff. I mean, I know
It's
some
a
stuff, but
personality test too,
I
and
don't dig into it.
I can post the personality test because it was part of what we were doing on the zodiac when we were doing the
Yeah.
zodiac, but people didn't dive all the way into it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chatty knows.
Hmm.
Chatty knows a bit about it too, as well. Lupop.
Oh yeah,
Matter of
she
fact, I
sure do.
think
Yam.
she's the empath.
Yam. I think Yams is an empath. I'm gonna talk to her
Mm-hmm.
too,
Yeah,
cause
I
she
can
be
tell.
knowing a lot of stuff.
I can tell.
Yeah.
She know a lot of stuff, baby.
Yeah, she's crafty minded. She's craft minded. So look,
It
y'all,
is. Good morning,
we're close to the two
Miss
hour.
Trina.
I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. Get y'all ready for next week. Hold on a second.
Show us, girl.
Boom. Y'all see that?
The will.
Yeah. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Ooh, okay,
My
okay.
time. I took my time. I took my time. I took my time and created this wheel here
We
tonight.
ready.
Ready.
Yep, yep, yep. So That's
Did
how
y'all
we're
get to
gonna.
y'all 500 subscribers yet?
I think we're like maybe 12 short or so.
Okay.
I think.
I'm
I
gonna see
think.
what I can do.
Yeah, we close. Mhm.
They said,
I be
"Yes,
sticking.
the wheel. Put me on the wheel." So, y'all, we made the decision that when we do the drawing on this next Wednesday, you gotta be in the house. Like, we want you to show up.
In
Okay.
the live.
They're my poop.
In the live, baby. That's more than right.
Mm-hmm. We want you to be in the live. Yeah, we need about 12 or 15, something like that, more subscribers. We want you to be in the live on that
Yes.
day. Um, we're going to go into the studio tonight to make sure it'll show us who any new subscribers are after today. Um, so anybody from today back will automatically go into onto the wheel for the $200 drawing, the $150 drawing, and the $100 drawing. And anybody who subscribes after that can go into the three drawings we have for the baskets. Now, I tried to reach out to every content creator that I knew of who
Oh, I
had.
gotta get with you. I forgot about that, Miss White. I gotta get with you. We're gonna talk.
You already told me what to do.
Yeah, my little gift
Your
certificates.
cookies.
But I
Yeah. I tried to get with every content creator that I knew who had something to offer because I wanted to make my purchases for the baskets in house. Like I wanted to give back to our community in this sector. Um, I thought, it was a great way to not only support them, but help them to get their business out, free promotion, advertisement, so on and so forth, instead of taking the money and going out into the community and spending it with people who don't even know our name. So,
Mhm.
um, we have some great things. We partnered with Miss Cretia, and you guys have seen some of her things.
Mhm.
She do
still
the.
never seen it.
Oh,
None of
really?
her stuff.
She do the
Yep.
handbags, the Louis and the Fendi's, and I want some boots last week from her. She has nice designer bags and shoes. She's partnering with us. We have Miss Harmony Speaks, Rich, and the makeup line with her. I partnered with Miss Carson, Andrew. How you say it? Andrea Carson.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
partnered with
Andrea Carson.
her. She has a cause for her daughter. I don't know how many of you all know her daughter's story, but she has a brand and it's called the Ladybug. And so you all will have the opportunity to get some of those things as well from her. The adult coloring books. She has a
Mhm.
clothing line for her daughter as well. So, guys, if you all can be in support of that. I don't want
Yeah.
to share her story if I don't know she's who she has and hasn't shared with, but it's a beautiful, amazing story. And she does need the support. We're partnering, of course, with none other than our very own Miss Lou Park, where you're going to be able to get a
Mhm.
dozen of cookies, and that's going to be a gift certificate. So you'll get with Lou Park, and you all will work the fine tunes out of what you want, what you don't want, and what the gift certificate allows. Um, who else? I think Miss Amber's going to give
That's
a
all about
book.
the extra. So, are you gonna do all the stuff gift certificates? That would be easier on you. The baskets all be, gift certificates from each creator. That way they don't have to ship everything to you, and then you
Well,
can
you
just
know
do the
what?
gift or gift card or whatever.
That would have been great to know before today because some people have already shipped me things. So probably
Oh
what I'll do
shoot.
moving forward is just send back out what I have and anything else. I'll let them link with that content creator.
Okay. I wish I would have thought about that before.
Mhm.
Miss Chatty,
My
I'm
poo.
through.
I got you, honey. I got you.
Um, I think I'm chosen. You told me about Chatty or something she does.
I told you.
Oh, okay, it was
Yeah,
you. Okay,
I
I
was.
know somebody that. Yeah, so this was my week here to finish up, rounding
Well,
up
we
with,
we had talked about.
but it's definitely not too late. And I want like, I try to keep it in this sector as much as possible. Just networking, branding, exposure. You all will get their literature, what their company is about, what they do, so on and so forth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but yeah. Good morning. Gorgeous said, great idea to avoid double shipping. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, but definitely whatever I have in my possession already, I will ship out to whoever wins, and then anything else will be done differently. So hey guys, we're learning. We're learning. So
Yep. It
I
don't get
see
no
chat
better than that,
comment.
Casey.
hmm and there's a lot of
I'll
people,
take
other
them gummies.
Retta's participating as well. She's gonna give some of her merchandise. Did I say, yeah, Amber's doing a book. She's giving out some books. Um, and if you all know of any other content creator who has an entrepreneurship or crafty or whatever the case may be, tell them to reach out to me because I don't know. Like, I don't know. So it's not that I was trying to overlook anybody, leave anybody out. I try to get along with everybody. So if y'all know of someone, absolutely.
Hmm.
Oh, look at you, Miss Lolita. That is beautiful. Thank you so much.
What she
Thank
said?
She wants to
I
donate
can't see.
$25 in
Oh,
my mother's name. Both my parents both passed from cancer. Yes,
Oh, that's so sweet.
lovely.
thank
I'm gonna
That
put
is
my cash
sweet.
app up on the thing so you can if you want to help contribute, then by all means.
What is it?
She said she was gonna donate $25 to the cause.
What's the
For
cause? I must have missed that part of the live in the beginning.
it's the Mother's Day, right? It's just for the Mother's Day. And she said both of her parents were
Oh,
good. So she
oh,
wanted
I
to
thought it
do
was. It was. I thought it was a foundation or something y'all was talking about.
mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. It's for our mothers. And we're doing it next week on the 8th. That way, uh, everyone who wins can have their stuff by Mother's Day. That's the only reason why we're doing it on the 8th to allow time for shipping. Had we thought about what Lupac just said before then we could have held it out a little longer.
I know. I wish I would have thought about that ahead of time.
No, Luke. Thanks. But hey, it's a learning lesson, guys. It's a learning
Yep.
lesson. As y'all heard us talking about today, I'm a giver. That's an act of service that I have. And you'll find you probably noticed already that I'm chosen and I we do a lot of giveaways frequently on a whim anywhere. Like it don't even have to be a special occasion. We just like to give, and I definitely like giving back to the ones who support us. Like
Yeah.
I just love it. Like there's no other way to show my gratification than giving back. Giving back. I'm a giver. I give to my community, and I sow into my community, should I say? And it's not just monetarily. We go out into the community and we feed the homeless, less fortunate, should I say? I have a little thing that I do once a year with little girls where we do lock-ins and they get to talk to us about their cares and concerns, problems, likes and dislikes. And we have people who help support do that. The little girls leave with a bag of goodies, um, some things for fun, some things necessary. And Dham was speaking with me at one point in time, wanting to try to get some ladies together to help him build some men to do the same thing for little boys in the communities. So that's one thing that we actively do into the community. I'm a big advocate for voting guys. I work part time occasionally for the Board of Elections, and I push voting advocacy, especially in our communities where we think that our vote don't count, and it don't when you only run out for the president. You got those small elections mean a lot, 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 lot. Starts with the judges y'all putting in the seats. So
Yep.
those are things.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
those are things.
you know what, Miss White? I'm glad you brought that up. I don't think a lot of people realize that. You know, a lot of people think, oh, presidency. No, me and my fiance was literally just talking about this the other day. How the president really has no power. Like he's just a face. That's it. That's all. You
Yeah.
know. So it's those small the representatives. That's a big one. Like the
Mhm.
representatives that come from your state, stuff like that. That's what really counts.
Yeah. From
For
your
real. For
precinct,
real.
it starts at your precinct. You know,
Yep.
even down to getting a street light up in your community, a street
Facts.
light or a stop sign, things like
Yep.
that. It starts
Cause think,
there, guys. I promise
cause
you.
think
We
about
got
it.
some real
Whenever
leaders still.
think about it, y'all. Whenever, so many people dislike when Obama was in office, but when I tell you, the Senate was literally shutting down everything he was trying to get passed. He couldn't
Hmm.
do nothing. Like it wasn't him. He had to get. You got to go through approval. All that got to go through approval, baby.
Yeah,
And a
and we
lot of
got
people
to do
don't
it.
realize that. They just think the president's not doing nothing. That was a setup for Obama, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, we
They
got
wanted him to
one
look
lady
bad.
who was single-handedly trying to take all branches of the government down. And her name is Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene. That woman
Mm.
is subheaded. Lord have mercy, but listen, I can talk politics forever, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys, especially when you don't know politics. But I encourage you guys just to vote and not wait
Yeah.
for the presidency because it don't mean much. We got a general
Nope.
election coming up in May.
We
Um,
focus on them amendments.
yeah, yeah,
Them bills, baby.
and
Them
people don't
bills.
understand the power of our small little vote in our very communities. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
that goes up to the Senate and the House. It has a long way to go before it gets there.
Hmm.
A long way to go before it gets there. So I encourage you all to please make sure that you all are voting and not just for the presidency. Because,
Yep.
uh, we'll say, well, I'm not voting for such and such because he don't do this and he ain't did that and they don't
That's
even know
because you're
that it's
not
a whole
educated in it.
yeah, it's a whole Senate in House out there that's stopping the show
Yep.
on everything. And even
Like
if the
you say.
president did run everything, I tell him, I say it's the wife, honey. The president don't run nothing but their mouth. It's
Yep.
whenever Joe lay down at night and Jill rub his head and be like, Joe, you sure would like yeah, Michelle did the same thing to Obama. She ran this country. I'll tell anybody that
Yep.
any day.
Facts.
She
And
ran
say
it.
so as Hillary, which is why
Mm-hmm.
they try to get her to run.
Oh yeah.
It really be the women, if you ask me.
Yeah, but Michelle has been
Yeah.
very clear that you ain't got to ever worry about seeing her name on nobody's ballot. She actually don't
Hmm.
even
That
care.
would be nice though. I ain't gonna lie, it
Mhm.
would be nice. But I don't think she ain't gonna fool with it.
Scorpio
She ain't gonna
said,
fool
"Yep,
with
what about these crooks that ain't trying to help the people, but their pockets not hurting at all, baby? They go in with nothing, come out with everything.
it. Mm-hmm.
They go in with nothing, they come out with everything. And
Yeah.
it's so easy for them to become corrupt. It
Yep.
is so easy." She says the house is all about money. If it doesn't benefit their pockets, they deny it. They refuse anything that benefits the people. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know how many people in the chat are Republicans or Democrats, but I'm going to say this. It's a known fact that when Republicans are in charge and they're running the show, that's when benefits get put out. They use it. When the Democrats are in there, they ain't moving no funds. They ain't using those
Facts.
things that are out there for us,
That's
for
true.
all of us. They sit on it. But baby, them
Yep.
Republicans, they know how to make their money work for them. And then we sit around and be mad at them. They take advantage of every opportunity that is out there. And we sitting around twiddling our thumbs. You know why? Because we don't even know what's available to us out there.
That's because a lot of people is trained to think that Republicans are bad.
Hmm.
They the bad
They,
guys.
they know how to get their money.
Yep.
That they know how to do. But I will say at the end of the day, that's what matters to them the most. So think about it.
Mhm.
That's what matters to them the most is the money. But um when Democrats are holding those seats, they sit on them funds. They sit on it. They don't touch it. Just collecting, piling up. Them Republicans, they use it.
Yep.
Y'all be surprised how many more people get food stamps than us. You'd be so surprised. They know how to. They know how to make life benefit for them because one, I ain't gonna say they know how. They know what's available to them. They
Yeah.
know the importance of voting. They know what's out there, and they know how to get it.
Yep.
We know.
And people be wondering why, like you said, the roads got potholes and they can't get this,
Mhm.
can't get that. It's because you're not voting for them bills. You know
That's
what we
right.
do in my city? Listen, especially with the old folk, we show because it's a lot of people that get educated on those specific bills that's gonna benefit us, and we go around and we bring it to them, and they know what to put in because
That's
they don't know. A lot of older people, they don't, so it's still a lot of people that don't know how to read. They can't understand that. You
somebody got
gotta
to
help
explain
them.
it to them. But whatever you got to
Yep.
do. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. You're right, Lupin. Like we gotta educate ourselves, guys.
Hmm.
We don't know what's out here for us. That's why we
Nope.
don't get what we need
And
and
people
won't.
just bypass them because they see a paragraph and they bypass it. No, you need to understand what's there. Because I remember it was not that long ago we had to vote for something, and it was something kind of dealing with slavery type stuff. I can't remember
Uh-huh.
verbatim, but it was a crazy bill. And I was like, wow, when I found out what it was about. But like I said, this happened a while ago, so I can't tell y'all specifically, but it was real crazy. Like you had to vote yes or no, but it had something to do with like some modern day slavery type stuff.
I see where Miss Lolita says, I love talking about politics. My father got me into politics when Shirley Chisholm was in office. She was the first black woman in Congress. I know about her. I think she came out of New York. I think she came out of New York. Yeah, but and she was moving stuff too. She was making stuff happen. Listen, when my baby was 5 years old, honey, she could tell you anything you wanted to know about Nancy Pelosi. Like I make sure that they know. I make sure that they understand this government we live in and how it works and what makes it work.
Hmm.
What makes it work? Them people are banking on us not voting.
Yep,
They banking on it. They
they
are
really
banking.
are.
And I ain't talking about the president. That presidential election is not where it makes it count. Y'all gotta know
No,
even how the electoral votes come into play.
it don't matter who get in there for president, if you ask me. It's everything else that surrounds it. The president is just a face, in my opinion. They really don't have no power.
Hmm. Yeah, Miss Judy, they'll deny those jobs because they want them to go to who they need them to go to, and they need the money to stay where they need the money to stay at.
Facts.
They need the money to stay where they needed to stay at. That's why they'll
And
shut
that's
those.
something, you know what, Miss White? That's something I never really understood because I'm like, y'all, U.S. is supposed to be the richest country in the world. Why don't y'all just make more money? Like, y'all have the power to make more money. Y'all literally make money every so many years and, get rid of the old money.
Well,
That I'm
checks and
like,
balances
it
because
should never be an economic depression or none of that when y'all have the ability to make more funds, literally.
it's checks and balances is why.
Hmm. But
But
that's crazy, huh?
it is.
It's designed to keep people at a certain income level, or tax bracket, if you ask me, because they don't want everybody rich, basically.
Girl, I can't wait to Saturday when we do this 13. When we doing this documentary on the documentary 13, they do a nice little breakdown, honey.
Ooh, I'm gonna be in there.
Lisa says, for me, voting helped my kids get better resources for advocates for children. And my school that passed away is an ambassador since 2010. I'm a proud mom. Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. And see, Lisa knows it starts in your own very local community.
yep.
That's where it
Yep.
starts at. We had
Don't
this
think 'cause you
mindset thinking that
small
it
that you
starts
don't
up
count,
high.
'cause you count.
We have a mindset of thinking that it starts up high and works its way down. When it's far from the truth, it starts at the bottom and works its way up to the top.
And not just that, another mindset they need to get out of. Oh, I'm just one vote. It don't matter. Well, guess what? If it's a million of y'all saying that,
They're gonna millions up. That's why I said they're banking on us not voting.
exactly. My one, they ain't gonna miss me.
Hmm.
That's
Yep.
definitely
And it
a
does miss
mentality.
them. Like it might not miss you
That's
for the
how you.
higher up, but your one vote kept somebody from getting their street paid. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
facts.
That one little vote, man. I'm listen. I'm even at every community meeting in my neighborhood community. Like
You sound like
I'm
my sister. She
I
be at all
want
of them
to know.
too.
Mhm. I want to know what's going on. Yeah, and I'd be like, help me to help myself. Y'all need to adopt that mind frame. Help me to help myself. We gotta stay
Mhm.
more informed, guys. We gotta get in the know. We got to, especially if
Yep.
we are moms out here and grandmothers. We are doing our children a disservice.
That's why especially smart black people are considered a threat.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want nobody who know too much. Trust me.
You
You're a
can't know
threat.
too much,
It
or it's gonna get
reminds me of that movie. Did y'all watch the movie Divergent? Or it's Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It came out. I want to say Divergent was the first one. Came out in 2014. It's based off of like their mental capacity and how they think, and it was a system that was created that separated the people into factions
Yeah.
after a war. And basically, if you were considered divergent, they dispose of you because they can't control your mind. I love those movies. Like that's
Yeah,
one of my favorite sagas,
Yeah.
yeah,
Really.
and it makes
My
a
absolutely.
lot of
son had me
sense.
watch it, and I enjoyed it. Yep.
Yes.
I enjoyed those
It's
children.
good because it really
Yep.
stuff
Real
like that
good.
really make you think. You know what I'm saying? And it is real relative to stuff that go on in real life. Like think about it. That's kind of how our
Yep.
system is designed. You can't have too much power. You can't have too much control. You can't have too much money, or they gonna break you down eventually because you a threat.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have to teach them. Like I teach my babies, they can tell you right now who Hakeem Jeffries is. You know how many grown people don't know who Hakeem Jeffries is?
Hmm,
They
that's
don't even know.
good.
I'm like, I don't know who Hakeem
Gotta educate them, baby.
is.
And
Yeah,
that's why the
Yeah.
school system's only designed to teach you certain things. And a lot of it be false. A lot of that it be misinformation. It don't be factual.
yeah. This man came in as the top Democrat in the House with not one opposed uh vote.
Hmm.
A black man with not an opposed vote. Come on now,
Well,
that's power.
that's good.
We appreciate you so much, Mr. Lolita, for that donation towards the Mother's
Thank you.
Day. Yep, we really, really, really,
Lily.
really, really appreciate it. That means a lot. It means a lot. And your donation helps us to be able to continue to do these things. We want to do it again for Father's Day.
Y'all could do sponsorships.
Yeah, yeah. You are more than
Yeah.
welcome to do a sponsorship if you all want to donate to the cause. You're
Yep.
more than welcome.
Sponsorships like with y'all channel. Since y'all doing giveaways all the time, you can do sponsorships with y'all supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, when the holiday season come in, we'll continue on with feeding the less fortunate, even taking care of the people in our own community in this saga and from our channel.
Yeah.
Making sure that we take care of our people. I can't say it enough that on in the chat and chew page, we want to build a community. Like we are
Hmm.
about you guys, like us as a whole, not just me and I'm chosen. We're developing this for us as a whole.
That's why I wish I was well, I can't stretch myself like that. But one of the things that I like to do, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas, like, because I always cook big meals, I can't never cook small meals. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always some leftovers or something like that. But on Thanksgiving, I cook a lot of food. So I'll do like where I'll pick like five single moms who got to work for Thanksgiving. And I'll bring them some food to work. That's something that
Yeah,
I like to do.
yeah. And
It,
so
make, it
even
made
if
me feel
even
so
if we
good.
could help
Like, they'd
you,
be so appreciative. Huh?
even if we could help you, Lupa,
Yep.
um,
They'd be so appreciative. I
with
even did
donations
like
to help you feed
turkey.
in your own community
Huh?
because that's what you do. Because let me
Yep.
say this: a lot of people don't like Miss Amora, but when I used to sit over there in their bushes, I have seen people in need, and them people would take care of a need in a night.
They do. I don't
They
know
do.
how Miss Amora came across those type of supporters, but she got some. When I say she got some loyal down, she
Mm-hmm.
got a different
Mm-hmm.
type, baby. She got a
Yeah,
different type because they
yeah,
cut for
I've
each
seen
other
it.
over there.
I've
Yep.
seen it, baby,
They
and I
really
would
do.
love that for somebody power about to be cut off, and you give us your
Yeah.
cutoff
Yes.
proof of who you
Pay
are,
it forward.
and we take care of that need for you. Like I
Yes.
would
But you
love
know
to
what,
do
Miss
that.
White, that's a good idea though, because they actually have people who do stuff like that where they help each other. You know what? I feel like we could put something together and everybody be involved, not just the supporters but the content
Yeah.
creators also. Because, well, listen, we ain't rich
Absolutely,
either now, but what I'm saying
absolutely.
is I've seen people where they do like a pot, right? Like everybody put in 5, 10, 20, whatever you want to put in, and then you do
Hmm.
a raffle and pick a name, and you take that name out. You do it once a month. That way, everybody is getting a
There you
blessing.
go. There you go.
That would be something I might do that on my
Mhm.
channel. We could do it together. We could do it
Yeah,
together.
it
We
could be a
thought about it.
combination. Y'all put a one
Yeah.
in the chat if y'all are interested in that, because we've definitely been talking about doing that.
That
Yeah.
way,
Um,
nobody missing out on it because
yeah,
guess what? You put everybody's name who's involved, and everybody donate. It don't matter what you. It could be a secret donation. You donate what you want, what you can afford, and pick a name. And every time you pick a name, that name comes out of the pot, right?
yeah,
And then that
Right.
way
Right.
everybody is getting
Yep.
something,
there you go, honey.
and
I've
that's
been
Yep.
that can
trying
help
to
with
do this.
bills. It can help with whatever.
Yeah, I've been trying to do this,
Hmm.
and um, I've mentioned it before in other places and kind of got shut down. But because I'm a giver, I really wanted. I wanted that. If we give $5 or $10 a month, spin the wheel and draw a name, and that person get XYZ, and continue
Hmm.
it over for
Hmm.
every month, and then you keep something back. You have a treasure. So that instance where, let's say your name wasn't
Yeah.
pulled off the wheel this
Yeah.
month, right? But you got a need. Your power is about to be cut off, and we can
Yep.
help you up to $200, and the rest you got to figure out. Or
Yes, I
you know what
love
I'm
that.
saying?
And
That's what.
you don't have to. My thing is you don't, because some people be shamed when they have a financial situation. You can be anonymous. Only thing I would say is provide the proof for it. That's it. Just
Yeah,
provide the proof for it, but your name can remain anonymous because not everybody, they don't want to. They be embarrassed, basically.
yeah, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
understand that, and I'm sure everybody should know by now that if you share something with Miss White, she's not gonna tell it.
Yep.
Then there are people who can tell you, I'm not.
Right.
I'm gonna hold your stuff. I'm gonna hold it. Now, just like I hold my mule, baby. I
Hmm.
got to. And y'all ain't gonna be turning me into the ACC no way talking about I told you business. So,
But that's
but
definitely good, y'all. We could definitely team up and do that with our channels if y'all want. Just let
Yeah.
me know.
yeah,
I'm all for it.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
Okay.
I'm all for it.
we need to go ahead and as soon as we finish the raffle, then we start on that,
Yeah.
getting that going, and yeah, we
Hmm.
do a monthly drawing and
Yep.
take care of our very own people. Because, honey,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. I've seen them over them do it, baby. I've seen them do it.
They do. They really help each other over there. I gotta
They
give them
do.
that. Like they do. They look out for each other.
They do.
Yep.
And it don't take a lot to help. Like I
Nope.
saw somebody said 50 to 100
Yeah.
people. You Just just like
Yeah.
that.
And this is my thing too. You gotta be fair though. You gotta be able to give something. I would say maybe uh $5, $10 limit. That's the minimum. You know what I'm saying? That way it's fair.
Reward.
And
Yeah.
then if you want to give more, you can, but you don't have to. But the only way your name could get entered is if you give.
You give them.
That's where you keep it fair.
You have to have met the minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have to
Yeah.
have met the minimum
We
requirement.
we thought about doing it where like right, and if there were multiple pots, like people in a category that can give $5 to $10 would go into one wheel. People that give more, like $20,
Hmm.
would go into a wheel. Like its own category.
Yeah.
Lisa, if you could reach out to me on my Instagram, sister, can you put my Instagram back up again? If you could reach out to me on my Instagram, if you want to give a donation for two hats for our giveaway baskets, we'd appreciate it, girl. And anybody else who has anything that they would like to give a donation to the Mother's
Who
Day,
got hats? Who
Miss
selling hats?
Miss
Miss
Lisa.
Lisa. Oh yeah,
Miss
I remember
Lisa.
Miss Lisa. Is that the wig hat she be making?
Hmm.
Oh, that's so cute.
My Instagram is in the chat there. So if there's anybody who have any contribution that they would like to give towards the baskets or any giveaways, because it's gonna be a frequent thing, guys. And y'all hear me say it all the time with you in mind. This is not just chosen to Miss White's channel. This is ours. It's for
Yeah.
us. It's for us, guys. We're building a community.
Right.
Yep. And
Like
that's
you
how I move
know,
on mine too, y'all.
yeah. And y'all
We a
find
family,
us
baby. We
working
a
with
family.
yeah, y'all find us working with Lupac quite frequently and vice versa.
Yep. We a
Lupac, I
family.
saw
We got to be able to
those
pull something
baskets.
positive.
Those baskets.
Oh, you
We got to
seen them? What you say, Miss White? Wait, who was saying?
your
Who just said that?
Chosen was talking about
Yeah, I
your
saw your
baskets, and they are really nice. The things
Oh,
that are
I
in
didn't know which one of y'all said that. I'm up in here making some wonton, some
yeah.
crawfish and crab cream cheese wontons. I had deep fried some king crab the other night, and I had some like little miscellaneous pieces left, so I'm making some wontons to fry. That's what I'm doing. That's why I ain't paying attention to the chat if anybody was saying
there.
something. But that's some those baskets. I do that every year for Mother's Day. I sell those every year. So I just posted them so y'all can see them. But I'm about to
Okay.
start working. Miss White, I messaged you earlier. I'm about to start working on my cookbook this weekend, y'all. And I'm going to be doing my own seasoning and my own, like some sauces. I'm going to put together some sauces, like the sauces that I do with my salmon, my seafood, and stuff like that. I'm going to start working on all of that, putting my ideas together
Mhm.
because I want to try to get my cookbook done and published before this year is out. God spare, I'm gonna give myself about 3 months to put it together.
I saw your message. I'm gonna reach back out to you and tell you which direction to go.
Okay, okay.
Mm. Yep, y'all.
Yeah, I like
So
that Scorpio goddess.
if y'all have the opportunity, go on to Netflix and watch that documentary. It's called 13th, and we're gonna go over it. We're gonna play it, stop and talk, play it, stop and talk. Because guys,
Wait, what is that about? I seen y'all post it. What is the 13 about?
it's about the 13th Amendment. It
Oh,
so to speak. Ava DuVernay, she did
oh, I
this.
love
It's
her.
one of her. Yeah, it's one of her things. It's a couple of years old. Um, maybe 2015, 14, something like that. But it never gets old. It teaches us a lot about racial inequity and excuse me, how some things have just come to be what they are. About
Yeah,
separating the black man out of the home. Um, yeah, we're gonna dive into that, and yeah, it'll give you a new perspective on some things. I can tell you
you
that.
y'all ever y'all heard of this book? Now I haven't read this book since I was a child, and I wasn't supposed to read it. but I read it. It was a
Hmm.
book my dad had. I want to say it was something, not verbatim, something the pale white horse or something like that.
I know all about it, baby.
Listen,
Girl, who gave you that book?
that's a book. I don't
They
have it
talk about
now.
Area 51 and everything in that book.
Listen, and I can't remember everything, but I would like to reread it. But my dad had it. Somebody gave him that book when I was younger, and I read it, but I don't remember. Like I remember vaguely. I knew it was a
Uh-huh.
very controversial and interesting book, but I want to read it again. That book is crazy.
Girl, yeah. We have to
So
see how many people we get them a little
The
synopsis of it and see
pale
who
horse.
how many people want to jump into it.
yes, that would definitely be a good topic, Miss White.
Hmm.
Because people don't believe stuff like that is real. And I'm like this. I feel like anything is possible. Because when you
Girl,
really start, if you spiritual and you about energy and stuff like that, then you know that anything is possible. And I'm a strong believer in, um, you know how okay. I always was the type to believe, and my sister is like this too. If Earth has living beings, then why other planets don't? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Why
we be
would it
foolish
be
to
so
think
many
anything
planets and
is.
only one with living beings? Huh?
I say that all the time. Like, how can you believe that God is so great, omnipotent, and omniscient and the whole nine, and you think that his mind was so closed just to give us one earth with us?
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, I know they try to point people as crazy, people who be having sightings and stuff like that. Them people ain't crazy. They
Uh,
want you to believe they crazy.
Hmm. Right.
Based off
It's
of,
another thing that that's not
Yep.
talked about a lot, and it's the lost books of the Bible. A lot of people don't even know about that.
what is it?
The lost books of the Bible. It's
Wow, I
really
never
more
heard of
books
that.
of
I
the
never
Bible.
heard of that.
You know, what's in the Bible was chosen to be put in there. There's some
Yep.
things that were left out.
Yep, that's
Mhm.
true. That is
A lot of
definitely
things
true.
that, yeah.
Yep.
But that would be interesting. Now, if y'all start digging into stuff like that, baby, I'm all ears. Even though I support y'all regardless, but stuff like that really piques my interest.
Yeah.
I'm weird, y'all. I'm weird, but I'm from
Did
Louisiana, so
anybody in the
listen.
chat know about the lost books?
Do they? Where are they? Are they accessible or?
Bridget said,
It's they're able.
Oh,
She said,
I
"What? I'm
wouldn't
sorry,
mind.
I didn't catch what you said, Sissy."
Bridget, she said, I was reading Bridget's comment, Enoch.
Oh
What
yeah,
she says? Oh,
I'm about to post the link for 13. Let me find it.
yes, y'all. I'm all for it, baby. I love stuff like that. Stuff that they don't want us to know about, and I be
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
be wanting to know. I'm very interested,
Child, I'll be walking around looking for aliens.
and it makes a lot of sense. And that's why when I watch certain movies, like it's just certain movies that come out, it make you wonder, like, how did their minds go
Right.
to that, like about beings on other planets, and
Mm-hmm.
these are people who actually research stuff like that. They ain't just thought about that.
Well, let me say this, Lil Pop. When you think about how people
Yeah.
minds went to that, think about stuff like the Jetsons, right? That was
Yep.
a phantom of our imagination. Like it was unheard of. Now
Yep.
look what's happening. These very things, like, oh, it was happening. It's happening in this very day, right now.
Exactly. And
What
that's
we
why I'm like, when people start talking about stuff like that, I never just turn a blind eye to it or with a deaf ear. I be
Yeah.
intrigued. Like I want to hear because I feel like
Right.
it's impossible to say, even when it comes to like dinosaurs and stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
clearly it existed.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Oh,
Me
fossils
too.
and
absolutely.
all of that.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
you know,
Yep.
Yeah. Can you
The
imagine like
Meg.
snakes walking around on the earth like you and I? Can you
exactly.
imagine?
Just like
Mm-hmm.
you know how they talk about parts of the ocean that's never been explored with living beings and like the you know, the actual mermaid creature is not like this beautiful
Yeah.
mystic creature. It's like I love siren movies. I be into all of that, y'all. Y'all be surprised the type of stuff I like because they got a real good siren series, and I wish they had a season two. Me and my fiance watched it, and it was so good. It's called Siren. I want to say it was on Hulu.
Really?
I think it was on Hulu, but it
Yeah.
was so good. And it make when you watch stuff like that, it really makes you think because creatures that been spotted like that, you know, that look kind of like humans or whatever, but mermaidish, sirenish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Now
yeah,
sirens, I
baby.
thought sirens were pretty.
Oh yeah,
They're supposed
that's
to
how
be
they
pretty.
open their mouth.
Well,
Tell again.
okay.
Till they open their mouth.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh my.
Honey, the
The
first time I
mermaid
heard
is
about a
pretty.
siren, you know our show, Lupac, the Vampire Diaries, the
Oh
originals.
yes, that's my show. But the crazy
It
part
was
is
siren.
the siren, the one that I'm talking about, the actual show that's on Hulu. She when she comes to, she's real like she like a mermaid. She got the mermaid bottom, but she got the sharp fingernail claws with the sharp teeth when she go in the water. But when she come out, she's like a human. So it's real good. She ended up getting with a human
Mm-hmm.
guy and everything. Like you gotta watch it. Y'all gotta watch it. If y'all like stuff like that, y'all gonna really like that. That show is so good. I was so mad because they canceled after the first season.
Mm-hmm. You know, I
Wow.
like
But
Greek
I be
mythology.
into.
I'm a watch.
I like Greek mythology.
Yep,
I'm dead tuned into that stuff. Like I like crazy stuff. I just
me
posted the
too.
link to get to 13th.
Huh?
Uh, I just posted the link for everybody to get to 13th. It's on Netflix. I doubt
Okay.
it's on anything else, but I know it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix documentary, so that's probably the only place that it is. Let me check my Hulu.
I'm like you, Ms. White. Stuff that intrigues me is like I watch a lot of mythical and magic stuff, like fairies and anything with like witches, and I like stuff like that. Not scary stuff. I don't do scary movies. Like I can't. But magical stuff, oh yes, baby. That's my stuff right there.
Yep. I watch sea creatures. Man, there's so much mystical stuff that comes out the sea.
I know. And
Like,
that's why I said, who's to say it isn't another form of a living being under the ocean? Because it's not even, what they say, barely 20% has even been explored. That's
now
a big percentage not explored.
I'm watching the mysteries of the octopus now.
Look at the creatures that came from under there with teeth like and lips like humans. Y'all seen those pictures online? So
Hey,
think about it.
let me ask y'all something. Speaking of the sea, do y'all know
Uh-huh.
what the fastest punching? And sister, you can't answer this because I know you heard me and hubby talking the other night. What the fastest punching animal in the world is?
Fastest punching in
One
the
of the
is it in the
fastest
sea?
punches.
You
It
said
is in the
sea?
sea. It's in the sea. Can punch you
Fastest
and move
punch
so fast.
punching?
Like a
What could
punch,
punch?
like a punch.
That's what I'm trying to think about. Like what could punch under the sea? Let's see what has
I know somebody get ready to Google it.
for is it an
Nope,
eel?
it's not the octopus. It's not the eel.
It's not a shark, it's not a whale, because they don't have nothing to punch with.
But Miss
Um
Judy, speaking of the octopus, they think like we do. They do problem solving.
yep,
Yeah, they ugly,
that's
but ooh,
crazy.
they smart. Well, I'll tell y'all, it's the shrimp.
The shrimp, I would have never guessed that. They so
No.
tiny.
Mhm.
Wow. The roach
I
of the
watch.
sea.
Yeah. They can
Oh,
punch with a force of 2,500 times their own weight.
wow. That's crazy.
It said if a
So,
human had that same punching power, they could punch through a steel wall. If
for
we had the
real.
punching power
I
of a
would like.
shrimp.
I need to see. I need to see a visual. I have to see a shrimp punching a fish or something.
I watched it. I watched the shrimp beating up the octopus. The octopus
Really?
couldn't do it. He had to go run and hide in a shell. Mm.
Oh, you gotta send me the link or something.
I'll pull it up right
Yeah,
now. Let
Sissy
y'all
told
see.
me
Hold
that
on.
the other night. And I said, what?
Y'all, don't judge me. I know the craziest stuff, y'all.
That ain't judging.
I know the
That's
craziest
intriguing to
stuff.
me. I like stuff
Yeah.
like that. I told y'all I'm weird. We be
Miss
watching the
Miss Lisa
Me
crazy
said
stuff.
too.
no
That makes two of us.
And
That
my
makes two
kids
of
just like that. They like my kids like to watch
us.
weird stuff too. Very weird, baby. Very, very weird. Oh Lord, I'd rather make the egg rolls. These wine times take forever because they so small. Whew.
I'm
The
about to
Miss
egg
say,
Green
I'm
rolls,
Eyes,
finna
you
you
should
know.
blow y'all.
already know
I'm
how
finna blow
powerful
y'all.
that shrimp is.
Say that again.
I said, Miss Green Eyes, her comment, she said the shrimp is powerful. I said, you should already know how powerful that shrimp is, baby.
No.
I'm with y'all. But you know what? You know what I didn't think about? They got some really big shrimp too. They got
See,
so
I see
many
that.
different kinds of shrimp too. I
Colossal.
seen shrimp
Yeah.
called the wait, I didn't even see it. Too bad can't make it bigger.
Hold
Let's
on.
see.
I'm finna go back. Hold on a second. I gotta go back.
It's not playing, sissy.
It's small. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to go look
Hold
at
on.
it.
Y'all funny. I'm talking about this shrimp.
Y'all, they got some really big shrimp that exist too. I'm talking about colossal. I thought colossal was the biggest, but
Prawn,
they got so many different kinds. I
colossal.
seen some tiger shrimp. They got the Argentina red. Like it's so many different kind. But they got some that get really, really, really
You making me
big.
hungry, girl.
So it makes sense when Miss White say that they was punching in the punching power because they got some shrimp. At first I was thinking, shrimp's not that big, but they have some that are huge, especially deep
Yep.
sea baby.
Now I want some
These
shrimp.
already big.
Ain't this?
Let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I can make 24. And then the rest I'm gonna stuff some chicken breasts or stuff. Cause I still got some filling left. My babies all not gonna eat this anyways. Under the sea. Wish I could
Did
be
it come up now?
part of your world. No, I don't see it.
I don't
Now I
know
want to go watch the little
why
mama.
it won't play, guys, but I promise you,
I'm gonna go watch it. I
a little
screenshot
old
it.
shrimp. Like what you were saying, Lupin, some of the biggest
I
shrimp,
said I'm gonna go watch it. I screenshot it. No, I said I was
some of the
thinking.
bigger
When you
shrimp I
first said
saw.
it,
Yeah.
hmm, I was thinking. I was like, wait, they got some really big shrimp. Some shrimp that get real, real, real big. I'm talking about baby lobster size, damn near. So I had to really think about it, and that's when I was like, it's possible, because they got shrimp we probably never even seen in certain parts of the ocean and how big they get. So it's very much possible. Because
Yeah.
some people thinking they only seen colossal and think that's the biggest ones. No, I seen some black tiger shrimp at Sam's one day, and I had never seen that before. They were so huge. I was like, oh my god, called black tiger shrimp,
What were they called? Black what?
black
Tiger,
tiger shrimp.
black tiger shrimp. I
Yep,
gotta
and
check
they
that out.
were huge, and they never had them
After they
before.
get so big, they probably don't taste as good.
Oh yes, they do.
Mm.
I only eat mine big. I can't eat no small little shrimp.
I mean, the ones that you talk about.
It depends too,
Yeah,
cause
I like
it's
big
all
shrimp, but
about
I
how
imagine
you
if they're like the size of a grapefruit,
it's all about how you cook them. Cause
fix
I feel
them,
like
how you
in
cook
it.
them.
Cause listen, I didn't taste different kinds of shrimp. Like I had the those right there, and then the
Hmm.
ones that they sell in the store. You can get in the store in the great value bag or whatever they have. I know Walmart has a specific brand that they sell, and then Sam's they sell. I want to say it's the Argentina shrimp, red something Argentina shrimp, those taste completely different. Like they don't taste like none of the other shrimp.
Yeah.
And they look different.
Yeah.
They got that
They
red
more dirty
stripe through
tasting
'em.
too.
Yep, I
Hmm.
agree. And you
When
gotta
you
cook them a certain way.
cooking
And Miss
something that's
Cheryl said
this
that shrimp
big,
be driving
Huh?
Miss Cheryl said that
what'd you
shrimp be
say?
driving folk crazy. Miss Cheryl said the shrimp drive them crazy.
It sure do. Under the
It's
sea.
got punching power.
Yeah, baby, we already know.
Child, I've been on here longer with y'all than I be on my own
Bop, bop,
lives.
bop, bop, bop.
Y'all heard? I don't
And
even
Ah,
we
be on my own
sure
lives this
appreciate you.
long. I'm 1 hour and
And
maybe
you
30
know we love
minutes.
you.
Of course, and I love y'all
yeah.
too.
We're
But
gonna we're
I
gonna
ain't
start
doing
learning how
nothing.
to get better.
What you say?
We're gonna learn how to get better control of our time.
I mean, it really don't matter. You get
Listen,
more watch hours the longer you stay on, but it's all about if you want to stay on and if your supporters willing to stay on with you. Because a lot of the supporters actually
yeah,
like watching the longer lives. Me, I just don't have that type of time.
yeah. We be having
Mhm.
fun now.
Yep. And
Yeah.
time go by fast though. I ain't gonna lie. When you're on live and you got somebody to talk to and you're talking about something
Yeah.
specific, the time does go by fast.
Miss
It
Judy said I had to
does.
go watch the full video of the man shrimp and that octopus. Miss Judy, did you see
Hmm.
how much pain the octopus was in? And Lupa, on that
Hmm.
video, the octopus looked big, but he wasn't big. He was the size of like a tennis ball or something like that. They just, it looked big on with a
Oh,
camera
okay.
for the purpose of showing it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a small shrimp.
Wow.
Mm.
I'm sure gonna watch it. It's crazy
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, where that shrimp get that type of power to punch like that?
Yep. Octopus has 9 brains. Each arm
Mm-hmm.
has 200 suckers on it. They only mate with one arm, and they fight before they mate. Like, it's a lot, man.
Wait, they mate with an arm?
I've been
They got
watching animals all week.
Wow,
one tentacle only for sexual purposes,
that's crazy.
and they grow up
Yeah.
without their mommy. They have to learn on their own.
Oh, that's another thing on
You
the
know what?
siren show. They fight before they mate too. On that
Mhm.
siren show I told y'all about, they have to fight first. And the
Mhm.
woman has to be in control.
Yep. Yep.
Be control them.
Mhm.
It was
Okay.
when I seen
I
that
wrote
part, I
it
was
down.
like, whoa, huh?
Yeah,
I
I'm
be
gonna
knowing
watch
about the
it.
craziest of things, y'all. Please don't. My mind.
Hmm. Yeah, I said I
My
was gonna
brain.
watch it.
Huh?
I'm gonna watch the Siren. I'm a
Yes. Miss
see
White,
what
you
it's
watch it
on.
too,
I'm
and
gonna
y'all let
watch
me
it.
know how I might rewatch it
Yeah.
because I haven't seen it in a long time. I
Oh
watched it
yeah.
about a year, maybe 2 years ago, or a year and a half. So when you rewatch something, and it's kind of like you're refreshing, but you be done forgot the movie until you start watching it, and then it refreshes you as you go. But when I like something, that's what I'll do. I'll wait a few years or a year and a half, 2 years to rewatch it, and it's good all over again.
Yeah.
You learn something each time that you didn't see the last time.
Yep. Yep, especially like
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Diaries and the originals. I could watch that all the time, baby. I love those shows.
Miss Judy said humans are pretty much the only animal that doesn't
It
fight to gain
stay on my
access
TV.
to the mate. But baby, with them octopus, they ain't fighting for it. They fighting whoever they mating with.
And
They
Yeah.
something.
that's how the sirens was. They had to fight
Mhm.
first and then they get it in. I don't know why it's like that. I'm pretty sure it's other animals that do that.
And the praying mantis eats her mate up after she gets done.
Wow.
Mate, and you get ate up.
She like you ain't finna be with
Yeah.
nobody else. That's what
Mhm.
it's giving.
That's a chance to take, ain't it?
Shoot.
Oh, what?
Crazy.
That's a chance to take.
Hmm.
You ain't finna
I've
be
been
with them.
watching Animal Channel stuff all week too. Hmm.
Scorpio said the shrimp be shrimping, not
Miss
swallowing them
Judy
up.
said humans are pretty. Mhm.
Yep. That shrimp pack a powerful
What
punch
time
on
is
it.
it?
It's 9 o'clock, girl. We've been here 3 hours.
It's 8 here.
Yeah.
I'm about to get up off though. Let
We
my
about to
phone
do
charge
the
up.
same thing. So y'all, don't
Yeah,
forget
we about to do that.
to brush yourself up on the 13th documentary. We put the link in the chat. And what else? What's our other housekeeping, sis?
I'm gonna
We got
I'm jump down
So
while
look
y'all
in
do
the
y'all
chat.
all right. Thank you
closing.
so much, Lil Pop. We appreciate
Love
you.
y'all. You're
Yes.
welcome. Bye y'all.
Thank you. I love you.
Love y'all too.
I'm eating
Bye,
potato
baby.
stuff now. I
And I
asked
didn't
Miss
cook
Lisa if she would reach
anything.
out on my inbox, and then yeah, next week on Wednesday we
And
rolling
keep
the wheel. And if
got it
y'all want to
on
contribute to the
next Wednesday.
cause,
We
If y'all want to contribute to the cause
And when are we giving the giveaway?
on the 8th.
I'm talking about for the most subscriptions. That price. When we doing that price?
We can do that Saturday since the deadline was today.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. So Saturday is the drawing for not drawing, but it's the giveaway for whoever sent the most subscribers. That cutoff time ends tonight.
At 11:59.
You guys as well. We appreciate you. We love you. And yeah, we gonna see y'all on Saturday.
All right. We love everybody up in here. Thank y'all so much for your time. She said she just started playing it. It's very good, very informative, Miss Judy. Very informative. So thank everybody. Y'all have a great night, and don't forget to say your prayers, okay?